Ladies and gents, I am the one and only DJ Storms. I would like to welcome each and every single one of you back here to the channel on YouTube.com. It is, of course, Sunday, March 27th, 2022. We're live on YouTube with the greatest man that ever lived in DJ Storms, and this is the official rundown for NXT Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania 38, which of course both shows will be streaming live on the Peacock. Get your mind out of the gutter, people. That's going to be on April 2nd at noon. That's NXT Stand and Deliver. And then on April 2nd and April 3rd is going to be WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2, streaming live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We got a big stream and a big show ahead of us, people. And of course, I am not alone. Considering I will be previewing and predicting two shows, I figured it would have been appropriate to get two guests. Now, my first guest, he is the co-host of the C&E Podcast on all podcasting platforms. He's a good member of the DJ Storms Posse, a good friend of mine. Coming to us from North Carolina, please help me welcome to the channel for the first time ever, I believe. First time ever, Mr. Escobar Morales. How you doing, brother?
Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable one is here from the Villa the Jackson of Jacksonville, North Carolina, representing the C&E Podcast. Once again, DJ, thanks for having me on the channel. It feels amazing. You say this is the rundown. Man, I'm telling you this right now. Dominic ain't got family right now because we're about to run down because I'm telling you this right now. Why is this not called a takeover? And on top of that, too, it don't feel like WrestleMania. Like, I can't stand the word WrestleMania no more, and I'll tell you why. I'm tired of this. Did you all hear where this coming up on Raw and SmackDown, they're going to call it WrestleMania Raw, WrestleMania SmackDown, and it's just like, it's like that episode of SpongeBob when the food critic comes in. It's like, you need to sponge up this, sponge up that. You can't get too much sponge, and everybody gets pissed off at SpongeBob. This is what the WWE Universe is like. Pretty much. But you know what, though? First time for everything. We're about to make our own WrestleMania moment, and let's hope that we can all have our brain cells alive after we dissect every single matches on this card.
Oh, my God, dude. I'll be lucky if I still have my sanity by the end of next weekend, but he is my first guest. My second guest, right down there, wrong side, right down there. She is one of the newest members of the DJ Storms Posse. I'm going to have to get her a wristband. And she and I have collaborated once before on Earl Cole's channel. Shout out to Earl Cole. He's actually in the channel right now. I believe Escobar calls him Mr. Manhattan, if I'm not mistaken.
Mr. Manhattan. That's right, Mr. Manhattan, Mr. Empire State of Wrestling, the man of New York. Like, Earl Cole, Wrestling Experience.
That, Earl. You got to copyright that.
I told him to. I told him to. He needs to.
My second guest, she's a lifelong wrestling fan, one of the newest members of the DJ Storms Posse. She's an absolute sweetheart. Very happy to have her on the channel. Please help me welcome Christina Diva. How you doing?
Hey, I'm having a great time. Thank you so much for having me on your channel. And y'all can acknowledge me right now, even though my birthday passed a few days ago. So I decided to kick off my birthday weekend.
Acknowledgement t-shirt.
Birth week. It's birth week.
Birth week, yes. So I had to break it out for a special occasion. So thank you, DJ Storms, for having me. And Escobar, we're going to take this rundown and have a nice, smooth sailing NXT Stand and Deliver in WrestleMania. Let's get it going.
Let's get it. We have Mr. Controversy, the incomparable one, and the Queen of Pennsylvania. Let's dive into it, y'all. Let's get it. Dive into the speed.
The nicknames over here. I'm going to have to get you as my personal brand ambassador, Escobar.
I got you. I know what to do.
I
market a lot of local companies.
I like that. So, first things first. Obviously, we have a lot of material to talk about. I believe we have about 20 or so matches to dissect, preview, and predict. But before we get into that, first things first, I'm going to start with Christina. Christina, where can everybody find you on social media?
Thank you. Okay. Everybody can find me on my Twitter. My username is diva_Christina. You can also find me on Instagram. My Instagram username is Christina Rivera 1987. And you can also find me on YouTube with my real name, Christina Rivera. Like and subscribe.
Woo! Be sure to check out all those links. They are in the description. Now, Escobar, where can we find you? on social
Ladies
media.
and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, you can follow me at Escomorality on Twitter and Instagram. Mainly starting to use Twitter a little bit more. If you want, I can go a little bit old school to 2005. And no, I'm not talking about MySpace. I'm talking about Facebook. You can add me at Escobar Morales. I'm also a member of the DJ Storms Posse. It's where you can see all of your interesting wrestling news and information, courtesy of Earl, DJ, and so many other administrators. But yes, I'm ready. We're going to knock this out of the park. And you know what? It's a good thing because you know what? We're hopefully all sober by the end of this event. So let's go.
Now on to yours truly, the devil himself. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at real_DJ_storms. That is real_DJ_storms on Twitter and Instagram. You can add me on Facebook for collaborations and business inquiries. Please send me an email. My email is, of course, StormsTakeOver@gmail.com. Please be sure to like the official DJ Storms business page, and I may just send you an invite to join the official DJ Storms Posse group on Facebook. I'm gonna have to get Christina on there. Escobar's already on there. I gotta get Christina on there. Only the elite members of the posse are on there.
All right.
Please make sure, if you haven't already done so, you got to make sure to like the video. It's vital. It's vital. See, we got two guests here on the rundown for the very first time ever. We got Christina and Escobar. Why haven't you liked the video if you're coming on in? You like the video and you share it out on all platforms of social media. And if you two haven't done so, be sure to do so. Please make sure you share it out on whatever platforms you may have. I'm talking about Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever social media platforms that you may have. It is vital. It helps the channel out, helps me out, helps Christina and Escobar out. If you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button. And this is Earl Cole's favorite part. Hit the notifications bell with a huge coup de grace. That way you will know whenever I pop up on YouTube. Because whenever I pop up on YouTube, baby, it is the best time to be on YouTube. Why? Because it's the only time you're going to get to see this glorious sideburn chin strap combination with beautiful mustache right here. Let me bring out Earl Cole's favorite item on the show right here, because we're going to light it up on this dual rundown with a little and a dash of and a whole lot of Because like Campbell's soup, I'm so good. Everybody wants a piece of the Storms Meister. Anyway,
Move over, Val Venus. This ain't hello, ladies. It's Storms Takeover, baby.
You're fucking right, Escobar. You're damn fucking right. Anyway, while you guys are chatting away within the chat and you're sharing out the stream, we are going to get right into the festivities here. Let's talk about Stand and Deliver first. So
Let's get it.
Listen, the NXT brand, we already are well aware that the NXT brand, it's dead. It's dead. No one really gives a shit about it. Someone actually said that it's WWECW levels of bad. But even WWE's version of ECW actually had some decent moments. When Matt Hardy was the ECW champion, I can't remember one decent moment that NXT 2.0 has had, minus the Great War Games match that we had all the way back in December with Team 2.0 versus Team NXT Black and Gold, even though the symbolism was quite blatant and Vince McMahon just wanted to kill the NXT brand. But I will say this, taking a look at this on paper, it probably looks like the best NXT 2.0 card out of the 7 months that NXT 2.0 has been alive. Now, I'm not going to say that this is going to put NXT on the map, because it's not. The vision of Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon, it is absolutely outdated. No one gives a shit about it. Rampage beats them some weeks. And they're in a shit time slot. So at the end of the day, I, quite frankly, am not going to give a shit. I've even stopped covering NXT. I've stopped covering NXT on my weekly show, the LFU, every single Saturday. I've stopped covering it because of how bad it is. But we could be in for a decent night of pro wrestling based on this card. It'll certainly be better than WrestleMania. That's not saying much, but it'll certainly be better than WrestleMania. So First things first, let me get y'all opinions on the overall build. We're going to start with Escobar.
All right, so before we talk about the overall build, I want to share a little bit of history with everybody. This is going to be the very first NXT event to take place outside of Florida since the COVID-19 pandemic. Unfortunately, I don't know why they haven't moved places. Same thing with Raw and SmackDown. But this will take place at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, in which they have actually held an NXT TakeOver event there before where Shinsuke Nakamura debuted and defeated Sami Zayn. However, in my personal opinion, I feel like it's disrespectful to the NXT brand because if you're trying to make it a separate thing, I wouldn't have it earlier in the afternoon before WrestleMania because think of it like this. Let's say, because you're looking at these matches, let's say, for a prime example, the match between Mandy Rose, Cora Jade, Io Shirai, and Kaylee Ray, that's going to be the steel show of the match. That's going to close out and be one of the best matches we get on NXT. You have WrestleMania that night. Night one, Steve Austin is supposed to appear at Kevin Owens. That's immediately going to steal the thunder and immediately kill the NXT 2.0 idea of stand and deliver. I personally believe that this event should have taken place either tonight or last night because you got to worry about the Hall of Fame as well. You also got to worry about the go-home shows for Raw and SmackDown. Then you have the 2-night WrestleMania events. I mean, you could have easily done this last week to have NXT have its own moment to shine and then promote it and then get ready to build up stars that come up to the main roster. Looking up at the build, it's very interesting. I'll tell you this much. I am very excited for the NXT North American Championship match, that 5-way ladder match. You have such a diverse and a great stacked roster. And, I'm just looking forward to everything, personally. There are some matches that do have me question a little bit, like Tommaso Ciampa versus Tony D'Angelo. I mean, it's kind of like that. I guess it's Tommaso's final go-home match, in my personal opinion. I will say this, though. This is definitely going to be better than the last few weeks of Raw's build-up, and as well as going to be better than WrestleMania a little bit. Because, honestly, WrestleMania don't feel like WrestleMania, but when we talk about WrestleMania, I'll explain that later. I don't want to get too off topic, but focus on NXT. So that's all I have to say.
We'll go match by match, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on the overall build. Christina, let me hear from you.
When it comes to NXT Stand and Deliver, I usually like to hear War Games better, but that's another conversation for another time. When it comes to the build, I really haven't focused much on it, but I have seen bits and pieces of it, and I think when it comes to that Fatal 4-Way with Io Shirai, Cora Jade, Kaylee, and Mandy Rose, that's going to steal the show. I can tell you that much.
There's a problem with that that I have, and I'm pretty sure I think you may have noticed, but not many people are talking about it. But we'll talk about that later on. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. You're good. And also, when it comes to the North American Championship, as Escobar was saying, it does feel like a great build. And also, when it also comes to Dolph Ziggler facing Braun Breaker for the NXT Championship, I'm kind of wondering where they're going to go with that because he just recently became the champion not too long ago. And it would be so stupid enough for Braun to win it so soon ever since Dolph recently got it. So when it comes to the build, I feel like there's a lot of interest peaked in. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the product right now. I'm so used to the black and gold NXT. But when it comes to the card, I feel like they're sparking some interest. And I am really looking forward to breaking it down to see who's going to win, who's going to lose, and what's going to happen from there.
Yeah, I don't understand the motive behind the new colors. It looks like a unicorn spermed all over it.
It looks like Nickelodeon blew up.
No, it's freaking. It's in. I'm not sure if y'all are much of gamers. It's like the South Park Stick of Truth. It's Princess Kenny's ultimate move with all the unicorns.
Yeah.
You got to. You'll got to. You'll understand. Hey, they did a WWE episode making fun of its booking. Watch the WTF, the Wrestling Takedown Federation.
I need to see that. Now I need to see that. I need to see that.
So let's. You mentioned the North American Championship ladder match. Let's actually start with that. So
let's do it.
Carmelo Hayes versus Santos Escobar versus Solo Sikoa versus Grayson Waller versus either Cameron Grimes, Roderick Strong, or A-Kid. This is a ladder match for the NXT North American Championship. And I just want to point out that WWE, they claim AEW is not competition, yet they are stealing one of their ideas, considering that there was a Face of the Revolution ladder match just one short month ago. But AEW is not competition says says White Castle, Pritchard, and Vince McMahon, oh, perhaps we can give them some more. Oh, they're not competition, but we're going to do a North American title ladder match because it's such good shit. So I am actually looking forward to this. This, I think, could steal the entire weekend. This match, I believe, if given the proper amount of time, this match could very well steal the entire fucking weekend. And if I'm going to call who's going to be the final man to qualify, I would definitely go with Cameron Grimes, considering Cameron Grimes has a lot of upside to his gimmick, especially considering he's probably the best in-ring talent out of all three of them. And that's not a knock on Strong or A-Kid. Cameron Grimes is just on another level. He's kind of like the hick version of AJ Styles. He can have a great match with anyone. He's also the most over out of the three men in that triple threat match. And with Cameron Grimes being the last man to qualify, I do believe that it could be either him or it could be either Carmelo Hayes retaining. I don't really see a true vision for Cameron Grimes in the future if he doesn't win the North American Championship. It's very, very hard for me to decipher what the future could hold for Cameron Grimes. I actually hope it's not a future endeavor because Cameron Grimes, he has the potential to be a top-tier babyface, like a main event level pro wrestling babyface. So I would absolutely contemplate giving Cameron Grimes the North American Championship if they do have him in this ladder match, especially with the story about his father. And he promised his father he was going to be a champion as well. They're trying to build that babyface sympathy. Now, if it's not Cameron Grimes, then I don't see anyone but Carmelo Hayes winning. Santos Escobar, I feel as though he's ready for a main roster call-up. I don't really want to see him on the main roster because I know for a fact what he's in for. He's going to be nothing more than Wrestling Jobber 101, considering his height and his age. Because apparently they want young and youthful people, and Escobar's 37 years old. Apparently that's old to WWE. I don't see a future in NXT for Escobar. He doesn't even fit this current unicorn sperm version of NXT anyway. And then you got Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa is great, but I don't believe he's ready yet. Grayson Waller, he's coming into his own as well, but he's in the same boat as Solo Sikoa. He's not ready for that prime spot as a mid-card champion yet. So it's either going to be Cameron Grimes should he qualify. If he doesn't qualify, then I don't see anyone but Carmelo Hayes winning, since Carmelo Hayes, he has been their bread and butter in the North American Championship title division. Carmelo Hayes is actually one of the very few bright spots on NXT. He has shined in every single match that they've given him. Great matches with Gargano, Pete Dunne, Roderick Strong, Cameron Grimes himself. There's been a lot of great material to come out of Carmelo Hayes, and he's slowly coming into his own. It seems like he doesn't really believe the character that he's playing, but he's definitely coming into his own. And Carmelo Hayes, he is absolutely a guy that they should be building the North American Championship. And once he's up on the main roster, the U.S. title you could build around him, the IC title you can build around him. And if the opportunity arises, he could very well be a main event level world champion. I don't see anyone else but Carmelo Hayes or Cameron Grimes should he qualify winning. And if I'm going to make a prediction, if you're narrowing it down to one, I'm going to go with Cameron Grimes. I'm going to go with Cameron Grimes to win the whole thing and win the North American Championship. I have a feeling that they might be moving Carmelo Hayes up the ladder into the main event championship title scene against who? I truthfully have no idea. I don't know what their vision is. Their vision for the NXT Championship could very well reflect their vision for the North American Championship because there's not many main event level NXT challengers, and there won't be. There'll be even less, actually, after Stand and Deliver, based on who's going to get called up to the main roster. So I'm going with Cameron Grimes on this one. Bold prediction. Let me throw it to Christina. What are your thoughts?
Well, when it comes to the ladder match, I am a sucker for ladder matches because I love them. They go crazy, go insane. And when it comes to the competitors, anybody could win at this point. And I really do hope Cameron Grimes gets put into the ladder match, as you said, DJ Storms, with the whole situation with his dad and wanting him to become champion. I have a feeling that he's going to be put into the match. Now, when it comes to the competitors, I feel like we got a good stock of competitors to qualify and win the North American Championship. And Carmelo Hayes, not for nothing, he's brought a good amount of prestige as a champion himself, which I'm very impressed by that. And when it comes to Grayson Waller, I don't like him. I have my reason why, because if we did to Johnny Gargano, he can suck it. And second of all,
he's doing his job. Then he's doing his job.
He's doing his job. Yeah, he can suck it. Anyway, and I also like the fact that Cameron Grimes, he's really building himself up, and I really, really like him as a true babyface. Ever since he had that rivalry with LA Knight a couple of months ago, he has won my heart when it comes to that. He has won my heart with that. And I would love to see Carmelo Hayes and Cameron Grimes like literally face off during the ladder match to see who will come up as the winner. And Solo Sikoa, the Usos brother, his time is coming, just not yet. And Santos Escobar, he's way better than the whole NXT. I have a feeling he's going to call up to the main roster pretty soon. And I hope he thrives on the main roster, because you know how the history goes with NXT going up to the main roster. We already know that. So let me get back to the match predictions. So for me, I'm torn between Carmelo Hayes and Cameron Grimes. So who I predict is going to win? I definitely want Cameron Grimes to win and become North American Championship. He deserves that.
All right. Looks like me and Christina, we're definitely on the same page there. Escobar, it's all on you, man.
Letting you all know it's a start, middle, end, because this is a clean sweep right here for this match. Not trying to be a biased Carolinian fan, as Cameron Grimes is hailing from Burlington, North Carolina. Very great area. Here's the thing. I find it very interesting. This is what's very unique with this type of ladder match. There's different types of styles in this match. Many people think that you need to be a high flyer or a cruiserweight or certain things to be in a ladder match. No. The purpose of a ladder match is to show not only your mental toughness, but as much as the physical pain you can deal with, not only using a ladder, but other weapons outside of the squared circle. Prime examples is a great match like WrestleMania 10 between Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
Now, here's the issue. With this type. It's like I said, it's a matter if they want to pull the trigger on Cameron Grimes. Now, if this was Triple H, absolutely. Triple H would have definitely pulled the trigger. But what sucks being a fan in the WWE is that WWE is a marketing and a business company before they are a wrestling company. As much as I would love to see this happen, I do not care. I'm going to put my fanboy stuff first. I think it's time for Cameron Grimes to get a shot at the title. Santos Escobar, I feel like he should be on SmackDown, in my opinion. Definitely have a match with Ricochet for the IC title. Bring some legitimacy back to the Intercontinental Championship. Solo Sikoa, not ready yet. Not saying he's bad. He's horrible. Give it a little bit of time. You can't get everything all that you want. Grayson Waller, I would just put it in the North American Championship before trying to bump him up. Roderick Strong, okay. If you're trying to kill the black and gold brand, you don't need Roderick Strong. I mean, if we're just going to be honest here, Roderick Strong is pretty much like, okay, we still have one Undisputed Era member left. Don't leave and go to Tony. Roddy, you going to do this? But A-Kid, I just don't see that happening personally. But Cameron Grimes, in my opinion, should have his WrestleMania / stand and deliver moment and definitely be the North American champion. He has so much potential. That's the thing. He's a lovable babyface. The thing is with him being a lovable babyface is that there's the babyface that we can get behind and support with that underdog story, and then there's the babyface like 2015, 2016 Roman where you're trying to push down our throats and we just don't fucking like you. And that's the thing. The crowd loves him. Everything works. If you follow the crowd and if the fans love you and you're a good babyface, you do your job, you get the gold. Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm. Seems like a pretty reasonable assessment right there. We are Cameron Grimes across the board there. Let's move on to a match that I very well think could be a sleeper one. Tommaso Ciampa versus Tony D'Angelo. Tony D'Angelo, let me tell you something. Tony D'Angelo, he's another bright spot. He's another bright spot on NXT. The way that he carries himself, it reminds me of old school WWF. He's got a little, he almost reminds me of an Italian version of Razor Ramon. Because like he carries himself as such a stereotypical Guido, but he just plays it so well. You know, with the forget about it, and Tony D's gonna be the new Don of NXT. That shit right there is what is going to get Tony D'Angelo over. And he's getting better in the ring week by week by week. That's definitely something that I appreciate out of Tony D'Angelo. And Tony D'Angelo, in due time, I believe that he could very well be a phenomenal fucking IC champion. He's got IC champion written all over him with the gimmick that he's playing and the mannerisms that he carries himself with, the confidence and charisma that he exudes himself with. It's some really, really, really good material right there. And the fact that Tommaso Ciampa's facing him, I have a feeling this could very well be his best match. He has been floating around in the upper mid-card scene with guys like Gargano and Pete Dunne and Cameron Grimes, and he has really excelled at every single opportunity that they've given him. Now that he's in the ring with Tommaso Ciampa, I have a feeling this could very well be his best match to date. And it's going to be a testament to how good Tommaso Ciampa really is. And I'd like to hope, cross our fingers right there, that Tommaso Ciampa does have somewhat of a future on the main roster. If I'm going to be booking Tommaso Ciampa after this, because I do not see Ciampa winning, this will be Ciampa's swan song. He'll put on a very good match with Tony D, and Tony D is going to ultimately get the win. This is going to help elevate Tony D'Angelo. I absolutely see Tommaso Ciampa remaining on Raw, and I would like to believe that they could very well put him in a U.S. title program against a Finn Balor. That would be great. I'd love to see a Finn Balor versus Tommaso Ciampa for the United States Championship. That could very well help that title because their mid-card titles, they have been treated like shit. The fact that Logan Paul and Johnny Knoxville are on WrestleMania over Finn Balor and Ricochet, who are the U.S. and Intercontinental Champions, that right there is absolutely fucking pathetic.
We'll get to that when it comes to WrestleMania. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that. I have a lot to say about. I have a lot to say about that too, DJ. I have a lot to say about that.
We'll be talking about that later. But as far as Ciampa goes, I'd like to believe that he could be placed in a U.S. title program, maybe an IC title program after this. But I see Tony D'Angelo taking the win right here. Should be a very solid match. Could be Tony D'Angelo's best match to date. And it, like I said, it will be a testament to how good Ciampa is. I got Tony D taking the win here. Let me throw it over to Escobar.
So first things first, I feel like this could be an interesting match, probably in the top 3 of the match card. Me personally, I don't think that they should be wrestling in a straight one-on-one wrestling match. I feel like if you want to have Tony D'Angelo's persona of being the Don and being like the aggressor or whatnot, I would have done a street fight for this personally. Have us in a street fight that one showcase that Tony D'Angelo will do anything to make sure that he gets Tommaso Ciampa out of NXT, reform his own, lead his own pack, cleaning up the trash. He could kind of like be like a little bit of a old school cleaner Kenny Omega, but also with him be like I said, being the Don or whatnot, he could definitely have like a very interesting like Malachi Black instead of a House of Black, it's going to be like a mob. Kind of like going back to The Godfather and stuff like that, you know, like with Michael Corleone and Vito and Sonny and stuff like that. I feel like if they want to do that, I feel like it should be a street fight. But Tony D'Angelo's going to get the win, and this is where we're going to say bye to Tommaso Ciampa, and everybody's going to be all happy and everything, and then we will just pray to Jesus that he will do good on the main roster.
Well, if you're asking why they didn't have a standard one-on-one match, that's probably because of the fact that weapons, listen, they're great and they definitely enhance a match, but they kind of cover up what a superstar can actually do in the ring. A one-on-one match that's pretty standard, that really is a testament to how someone can do when all the chips are down and you don't have any cover-ups like a steel cage or a chair or a kendo stick or a table. So that's right. The reason why they would be doing a one-on-one match, because they really want to put Tony D'Angelo to the test, especially considering that they know how valuable Tommaso Ciampa is to the NXT faithful. They don't find any value in Ciampa, but the NXT faithful does. So I'm going to throw this one down to Christina. Let me hear you.
All right, when it comes to Tommaso Ciampa and Tony D'Angelo, I mean, let's face it, Tommaso, he is an NXT Black and Gold legend. Let's just call a spade here. He really put NXT on the map with his rivals against Gargano, which, by the way, I love so much. And his team with him, with DIY, winning the tag team championships. I can go on and on with that. Now, as for Tony D'Angelo, he's coming up on his own by himself. And I actually like it because he's really coming out of his shell, doing his own thing, doing the whole Italian Guido thing. I mean, even though it's stereotypical, but it suits him well. Now, when it comes to the match, I would love for Tommaso to win, but I have a feeling that's not going to happen because this is probably like Tommaso's last match at NXT and going to the main roster. I pray to God he thrives there too. But like I said, when it comes to what Escobar said, I think a one-on-one match it's really more suitable when it comes to it, because if you're being put to the test, you got to show what you got. If you use weapons, that's kind of like a cowardly way out. So when you do like a standard one-on-one match, it's like a final exam. You go through these things, and then you take the courses, and then we have a final exam. That's when you're really put to the test. So this is Tony D'Angelo's biggest exam yet, facing Tommaso Ciampa, and I have a feeling it's going to be a good match. I don't think it's going to be long, but when it comes to who's going to win, I think Tony D'Angelo's going to win as well. And this is Tommaso's swan song, as DJ Storm says. And then he goes to the main roster and hopefully gets put into like the U.S. or Intercontinental title picture and make those titles relevant again. So I'm going with D'Angelo in this one for the win.
Give me Ciampa versus Damian Priest, please.
Give me that.
I have a theory where Damian Priest is going, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that after. We talk about what could very well transpire between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. But that's going to be after WrestleMania, because now they're in the Andre the Giant catering battle royal on SmackDown.
Yeah.
But we're going to move on here. We're going to talk about the NXT Tag Team Championships. We got the Creed brothers. This is Julius and Brutus Creed taking on MSK, Nash Carter, and Wesley, taking on Imperium, Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner. This is a triple threat match for the NXT Tag Team Championship. Listen, I understand that the triple threat matches, they're usually better, more chaotic, a lot more fun to watch. I get that, but here's what I don't understand. I really don't understand why they had to add MSK, pretty much making the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic completely fucking worthless when the Creed brothers won it, only to get attacked. Now, I will say this. The story of who attacked the Creed brothers, it's great. It's great. I think that we could very well be on the verge of either a new tag team coming on in or a tag team that was kind of getting stale, rejuvenating their careers. Maybe it's MSK, and maybe MSK turns heel. Maybe we could get that. I don't know specifically who attacked the Creed brothers, but either way, it's a cliffhanger. It's got some intrigue. But I fucking hate the fact that they just threw MSK in there after they lost in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. So the Creed brothers, they're not getting their standard one-on-one match. It makes no fucking sense. Bruce Pritchard 101 booking, it absolutely sucks donkey dick. It really does. Now, that being said, this could very well be another match that steals the entire show. We could very well be on the verge of something very, very special here with this match. The Creed brothers, I got to give the Creed brothers credit. They started off as two very green, very stereotypical, big amateur wrestlers that were nothing more than big oafs. They really, really, really surprised the fuck out of me. And I'm happy to say I was wrong about the Creed brothers. They really, really improved from the first time that I saw them. And they have definitely earned my respect, and they've definitely earned this spot. And they're fucking over. They are fucking over, man. I hear the NXT universe, they are chanting Creed, Creed, Creed. They do not give a shit about either Imperium nor MSK. And that's a testament to how the Creed brothers have really come. So I'm actually very, very impressed with how they have progressed over the course of the last 7 months when they originally made their debut. Now, if that's the case, then you're going to have to pull the trigger. You're going to have to pull the trigger on the Creed brothers. There's no better time to do it. You're going to have to pull the trigger on the Creed brothers. And if we do indeed see a new tag team emerge, then it seems like that heel tag team is going to be the heel tag team that they're going to build up to take the titles off of the Creed brothers. As far as Imperium and MSK, Imperium doesn't even belong on NXT 2.0. They don't belong there. They need to be on the main roster. I would put them on SmackDown. Put them on SmackDown. Have them in title contention for the SmackDown tag team titles. And you can easily have Gunther or Walter get built up to face off against whoever the WWE champion is. And we'll talk about that once we get to WrestleMania. Whoever the WWE champion is, Gunther would be a perfect challenger to take down whoever the top guy is and win the world championship. You got something special in Gunther. Will WWE fuck it up? Oh, yeah, I have a feeling that they will. They fuck everything up. But Imperium, Imperium needs to be on the main roster. They need all the fucking help they can get. Raw and SmackDown. They need all the fucking help that they can get. MSK, now, I don't know what's going down with MSK, but if MSK is not the team that attacked the Creed brothers and MSK is not going to turn heel and they're not going to remain down in NXT, then main roster bound they go. Main roster bound they go. MSK, they could be a really, really, really solid hand in the tag team division. They could give us some really great matches. They could be a great underdog tag team to build up to win the titles next year at WrestleMania. There's a lot of upside with MSK. They remind me almost like of the tag team version of Ricochet. Maybe if they pair them with Ricochet, we could have a nice trios faction right there with Ricochet and MSK. They could very well be the most overact on the main roster if they want to, just based off their in-ring work alone. But that's just me spitballing. If we're going to be real here, Creed brothers need to win, no doubt about it. And I do believe that this is going to be the big moment for the Creed brothers since they have been building them up and they have not slowed down. The Creed brothers are a Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard project. So there's no reason why the Creed brothers aren't winning this. Outside of the ladder match, this could very well be the show stealer between the Creed brothers, MSK, and Imperium. So let me toss it over to Christina. The ball is in your court. What you got?
Well, with that analysis you just brought up, I really agree with you because when it comes to the Creed brothers, they won the Dusty Cup Classic, and they deserve to have the championship match against Imperium one-on-one. Now with MSK added to the mix, they're trying to get themselves back in the tag team title contention, feel like they went down the rocker for a bit. But hear me out. When the Creed brothers got attacked, my thinking was probably Imperium attacked them. But wait a minute, what if it's a swerve? What if MSK really attacked them because of the fact they're the ones that won the opportunity to face Imperium for the titles? So we have that kind of thinking in your head there for a minute, because you know how the WWE likes to swerve things on and off, basically. So, but when it comes to that, I think this tag team triple threat match is going to be really, really incredible, in my opinion, because I like how all contenders are doing good so far. But when it comes to winning, I would say the Creed brothers should get the titles. They should be tag team champions. And I have Imperium go to the main roster because the tag team division on Raw and SmackDown is basically shit right now. It's literally shit.
There is no division.
Exactly. So
there's no tag team division. It's single guys saying, "Hey, you want to work together?"
Yeah, not only that, it's like it's too many rematches. I mean, I'm over it. But like I said, I think with the mixture of MSK and Imperium going to the main roster, either one goes to Raw, one goes to SmackDown, whichever way it go, it will help build a tag team division and kick it as a fresh start. So when it comes to the prediction, I go with the Creed brothers. Give them their chance to shine and have them become tag team champions.
Now, before we move on to Escobar, who attacked the Creed brothers? Is it a new team or MSK?
I have a feeling it's MSK. I have a feeling. I was still usually thinking Imperium, but you never know. MSK could be so tired, and then they probably may turn heel. It could be them. So I think it's MSK.
All right. So we're going to hand it over to Escobar Morales. What say you, brother?
All right. So I'm going to answer the bonus question first. If they do swerve us, unless they've done it yet, it would be interesting if it was Gunther/Walter's henchmen. So that way you can bring his faction from NXT UK over to NXT. That way you can build up as a strong imperial monarchy for the new company. That would be pretty cool if you want to do that.
What henchmen does he have?
Didn't he have like 2 managers or whatnot in NXT UK that was always with him? I could have sworn he did.
No, there was only Imperium, and Imperium had Alexander Wolf, and then his contract expired. Now it's just Imperium with Marcel Bartel, Fabian Eichner, and Walter.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for that update and stuff like that. Because like I said, everything's been crazy with the releases and stuff like that, and
Yes.
NXT is sometimes hit or miss for me. So thank you for that. I'm going to go with MSK attacking them, but the Creed brothers need to win. I mean, if you wanted to have a side feud, you could have done something like, okay, while they got attacked, freaking do like the Creed brothers versus MSK on NXT in the main event. Whoever wins gets to face the winner and stuff like that, because it kills the purpose of the Dusty Rhodes Classic. And what I mean is that if you go through a tournament, a round robin, the G1 Climax, the New Japan Cup, the finals were today, the Royal Rumble, it's supposed to represent you went through hard work to get to where you're at to get a shot at the title. Not just for someone else to come in and get it. Well, yes, triple threat matches are okay. I get the point of it. I'd rather this be Creed Brothers versus Imperium, but I feel like the Creed Brothers, like you said, Dita, this is a Vince and Bruce project. And in order for this to happen, you got to just give them the push. And Creed Brothers have been getting a lot of chances. They've been getting a lot of respect. And I feel like this would definitely lead to something interesting. So the Creed Brothers need to have their new talent. And plus, WrestleMania weekend, this is a chance to end. This is what people don't forget. WrestleMania, with this being WrestleMania weekend, this is a chance to end the old rivalries, build up new talent, start everything over. That's what it's supposed to be. Will they do it? No, they won't. But hopefully there's that little bit of faith they do. So Creed Brothers will get the NXT Tag Team Champions.
Creed Brothers across the board. Here's another match that was booked that I really don't understand why the fuck they made this match to begin with. Mandy Rose versus Kaylee Ray versus Cora Jade versus Io Shirai, NXT Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way. Now, first things first. Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai, yes, they do belong there. And it definitely makes the match better because Cora Jade is as green as fucking romaine lettuce. Cora Jade fucking sucks.
That's
Cora
a disrespect to Jade Cargill, too, and she's also green.
Yeah, exactly. No. Jade Cargill, I'll take Jade Cargill over Cora Jade any day. At least Jade Cargill actually has intensity, and she is a lot more fluid in the ring. Cora Jade, her offense is as weak as it's like she's hitting people with a fucking pillow. It's like she's trying to punch a string and not make the string move. It is so fucking. It's so fucking feeble. It's so feeble. I really don't understand what the big deal is with Cora Jade. Cora Jade needs to spend more time in the Performance Center off of NXT. She should not even be in discussion for being on a special event on WrestleMania weekend. No way, shape, or form. Cora Jade absolutely sucks. She is nothing more than a young, youthful individual that they're pushing on NXT because of a fucking agenda. They're pushing her all because of the fact that it's all about young talent. Yet Dolph Ziggler's the fucking NXT champion. So there's hypocrisy right there. But either way, they're pushing her because of the agenda. Cora Jade does not have any skills. Not saying that she will never get any skills, but right now, she's worthless. All she is young and hot. That's it. I'm sorry. Truth is the truth. Cora Jade does not belong there. Io Shirai and Kaylee Ray will make the match better because Mandy Rose, as good as she is, she ain't going to be able to carry romaine lettuce Cora Jade to a good match. But here's the thing that fucking pisses me off. Why the fuck did you have Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai win the Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, and they're supposed to get a shot at the NXT Women's Tag Team titles, yet they're cashing it in and making the Women's World Championship match a fatal four-way, thus showing everyone that the NXT Women's Tag Team titles are as worthless as dog shit. It is absolutely fucking horrendous. Horrendous fucking booking. Yeah, you may laugh, but it's the truth.
It's the truth.
No, it's true. It's like this. Okay, it's the logic of like, yes, I want a tag team championship, but you know what? That's like going to freaking Wendy's and saying, you know what? I want a Big Mac with bacon.
And you don't get it.
And it's like,
Bruce Pritchard fucking pisses me off, man. He fucking pisses me off to no end. And then you got fucking retards defending this shit. Dude, I swear to God.
That's how to block it off.
Yeah. Just fuck off. Go fucking jerk off your anime porn, all right? I swear to God, man. It just boggles my mind. It is fucking astonishing. It really is. Now, that being said, the match went from being shit to decent. Now that I will say is a positive, but they need to, they really need to get their asses in gear as far as the women's division goes. The women's division is the worst fucking thing about WWE television across all three brands, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And that's fucking sad considering how great the women's division was all the way back. Like just even a year ago, the women's division was great. Even a year ago, the women's division was great. Now, it is absolutely unrecognizable. It is sad, man. It is
very sad. It is very sad.
Very, very
disappointing.
It
very
is disappointing.
sad.
Disappointing as I've ever seen it. Now, as far as the winner goes, now the match could be decent, although I'm not really holding my breath because you know WWE will find a way to fuck it up. This is Vince and Bruce's NXT. The winner, unfortunately, as far as the winner goes, there's only two outcomes that I see here. Io Shirai, there's no way that Io Shirai is going to win this because I'm actually shocked that she's actually semi-okay with NXT. Kaylee Ray as well. I thought those two would have been absolutely fucking destroyed with this new NXT. They're lucky, but their NXT careers are on life support as it is. Let's be real. I really don't see either of those two winning. It's coming down to Cora Jade and Mandy Rose. And if I'm going to book this, if this is me, I'm actually crossing my fingers. I'm hoping Mandy Rose retains. I really am. You know what sucks? Mandy Rose is actually very, very good. Mandy Rose has actually improved a lot from X amount of years ago. She really has.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
She's not had an opportunity to showcase how good she is. She has been in the ring with people that have absolutely no fucking clue what they're doing in the ring. They have been putting Mandy Rose in situations where all she is a pretty face with an ass that goes out there and has 7-minute matches when she defends the championship. That triple threat match at New Year's Eve was fucking sloppy. And that was on Cora Jade. Then you got the match with Kaylee Ray, which was a couple of weeks ago, rather. I think it was like a month and a half ago. That went 7 minutes. Barely even got an opportunity to showcase what she can really do. And on top of that, now Toxic Attraction keeps on getting involved. Toxic Attraction, they had the opportunity to make them the female Undisputed Era. And instead, they're nothing more than the female Kelly's Expose, if you remember that.
Oh, yeah, from ECW. Oh. I remember that. That.
I mean, like, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The non-wrestling fan in
sci-fi.
the non-wrestling fan in me is very happy thinking about that. But in terms of the wrestling fan for me, I mean, I don't want this shit. I want professional wrestling. I want what we got with Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker in that steel cage match a couple weeks back. That's the shit that I want. I don't want tits and ass. Not on my pro wrestling show, okay? I feel bad for Mandy Rose. She's great. No, I wouldn't say great, but she's very good from when we last saw her, and she hasn't had the opportunity to showcase to us what she can really do. Give me Mandy Rose and Io Shirai one-on-one for 15 minutes. I want to see what she can do. It's either Mandy Rose or Cora Jade. I really do not want Cora Jade to win, but I have a feeling that considering that this is the agenda now, I have a bad feeling Cora Jade's going to be the new NXT Women's Champion. If there is one match that I can absolutely, positively, without a shadow of a doubt, see a title change in, minus the Creed brothers and MSK and Imperium, it's this match. I would actually be minorly shocked if Cora Jade doesn't win. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with Romaine Lettuce Cora Jade. I'm going to throw this one over to Escobar. What you got for me?
Well, I'm going to just say this right now. Fuck Cora Jade. And I'll tell you why I say fuck Cora Jade. She is a 21-year-old pretty face that thinks that she can get in based off looks. Here's the thing. She's been in Impact. She's been in AEW. She's now in the WWE. I don't know, but shouldn't that kind of be a newsflash that you've been in literally 3 companies within the span of a year? That's the thing. Think about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was in Impact. She lost to Havoc as a jobber. She was on AEW Dark. Lost to Red Velvet and Brandy Rose, and also lost a match to Layla Hirsch. I get it, enhancement talent building up and everything, but at some point, you have to think to yourself, okay, you're going to all these companies or whatnot, and you still can't get that one big break.
What does it
That's
tell
my
you?
thing.
What
But-
does it tell you?
She's
What does
not
it tell
ready.
you? Yeah.
She's not
What
ready.
does it tell you that Impact and AEW didn't hire her, but WWE did?
She's
What does
not
that tell
ready.
you?
She's
Exactly.
not ready.
She's not ready, and she's being
not
pushed
ready.
off of looks.
She's not ready.
I'm sorry.
And that's the thing that sucks. And this, you're good, man, because it's getting ready to tell you what I'm going to say next. This is what sucks about WWE's women's division. Because of what they did in the 90s with the bra and panties matches, the freaking strip teases, and everything. Here's the thing. It was good for that time. And we respect it, and we understand why it happened. But the issue is that Vince has always had an issue with women. I'm not sure if you guys know about this, but the reason why Vince always tortured blonde women wrestlers was due to the fact that he was sexually harassed and assaulted by his mom at a young age. So, with him doing that, he vowed that any woman that he thought that resembled his mother, which was blonde, tall, good-looking, he would make sure they were tortured. That's why you had Trish Stratus did the shit that she had to go through, Tori Wilson had to go through shit, Stacy Keibler, and everything. And that's a shame. And
Yes.
it's gonna be a long time. It's gonna be a long time for that to come through. Yes, you have the likes of the Four Horsewomen, you have all these talent that's trying to change that, but people are still gonna remember that. And if you put the title on Cora Jade, that's gonna ruin it. It's literally gonna ruin it. She needs to do more training. But like I said, there's something wrong with you if you have gone through 3 different companies within the span of a year. I'm going to go for a Mandy Rose retention. Because, I mean, Mandy knows what to do. She just needs to... Vince needs to let go of the stereotype of saying, oh, nice, you're a nice, attractive woman with mommy milkers and everything like that. Honk, honk. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need that.
You need
Like,
to be real here, man.
go ahead.
Do you honestly see Mandy Rose retaining with the agenda that they're pushing?
Using logic like we always do. No, I don't.
Yeah.
But as a person that values strength and wrestling, give it to Mandy Rose. As much as I would love to see Io Shirai win because I love Japanese Peruso women's wrestling, and if y'all ever want to watch good women's wrestling, highly recommend Stardom. Stardom is the way to go. And Cora Jade really should not win this. Mandy Rose needs to stay strong, in my opinion. But it will literally be the most stupidest thing ever if it happens. Well, not the most.
Happen,
one of the
dude.
most. Because there's so much.
It's going to happen. Christina, floor is yours.
Okay, when it comes to this Cora Jade chick, I mean, she's young, she's pretty and everything, but where is your wrestling ability come into play? As Escobar says, you've been to 3 wrestling companies within the span of a year? Something's wrong with y'all. And second of all, you're going against 3 out of 3 of the most professional women in wrestling history, and you're going to be the underdog. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, but that's a conversation for another time. But for me, I think Mandy Rose, she's been doing okay as an NXT champion, but when it comes to her wrestling ability, I'm glad she's starting to bring that out because, well, the time she's been on the main roster with Absolution coming in before Paige had to retire, and that whole situation with Otis and everything, and with Sonya Deville, and I feel like her wrestling abilities hasn't been really shine through when it came to the main roster. For her going back to NXT, it really did help her in a way. It helped her with her character and everything, and having Toxic Attraction with them as like their back, as their as their backup in a way. But I feel that when it comes to Mandy Rose, she has shined through in a way as NXT champion. And I love Io Shirai too. I love her so much. I actually would love for her to be champion. Hell, I even love Kaylee Ray too, because for her being the longest reigning NXT UK Women's Champion over 600 days, you can't make that up. You cannot make that shit up. I mean, for who I would like to win, I would love either Kaylee Ray or Io Shirai to win, but I know it's not going to happen. But when it comes to Cora Jade and Mandy Rose, I have a feeling, I hope it's not true, they want to push Cora Jade as the person to be the right person to represent NXT which I don't think they should because she's not ready. And what's to do with that skateboard? What the hell are you going to do with that skateboard? Ride down the ramp every freaking time or use it as a weapon? It's not really that valuable to her anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
Darby
And
Allin,
another
let me
thing.
tell you, during that Twitter,
Sorry to
feud,
cut
I
you-
got Darby Allin all the way. He did nothing wrong.
Yeah, I was going to mention.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And I'm going to say this too real quick before we end up. I feel like Cora Jade is only in WWE because of her relationship with Trey Baxter.
I was going to
And
go
Trey
to that.
Baxter got fired.
I was going to say that next.
Say it again?
Because
And Trey Baxter got fired.
Yeah. But I want you to think about this, though, too. They'll fire him, but keep the pretty one because it's like money, attractive women, raise up these hormones for these middle schoolers. Yes.
that's not how it's supposed to work. I'm tired of that.
Hormones for these middle schoolers.
She said
That's
she
right.
looks
That's what
like a
middle schoolers want.
schooler. She looks like a middle schooler. Oh my god, she looks like a middle schooler.
DJ,
used to-
look, this girl,
He does look like a
Cora
middle
Jade is the
schooler.
same height as me.
Middle schooler with a tattoo.
Cora Jade is 5'7", just like me, 21, almost like me. I'll be 21 in July, and she's getting all these opportunities. But it's like I said, in the words of Dusty Rhodes, she's a devilish woman. She's a devilish woman. There's something about her that speaks toxicity, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
She looks like a toxic bitch, but no one's more of a cunt than Charlotte Flair though. We'll talk.
Oh God,
about
please.
her.
We'll talk about her when we get to
We'll talk
WrestleMania,
about her
please.
later on.
Now, DJ,
But-
don't insult the queen like that. Now, don't
Now,
insult
excuse
the
me?
queen.
Oh,
We'll
no.
play a code here on the channel.
Oh God. Excuse me.
Okay.
She had too many opportunities because her last name is Flair. Okay, we're gonna get to that when we get to WrestleMania.
Fuck.
I'll try to.
Anyway,
I'm their lawyer. I will defend them with the best if I can. Okay.
fuck out of here. So, it looks like we actually got some differing opinions here. So Escobar, he's really dead set on Mandy Rose.
I am.
Are you sure you want to go with that? Because me and Christina, we don't like it, but we got Cora.
I'm staying loyal. Fuck Cora Jade. Go Mandy Rose.
All right. Fair enough.
All right.
So we're moving on here to another match that I think could very well be a sleeper one. Gunther versus LA Knight. Now, let's be real here. The name change for Walter was completely fucking unnecessary. They did it because they want their own personal stamp on what they're doing with everyone in WWE and NXT. What I love about AEW, though, is let me tell you something. With Chris Jericho mocking the name changes, I mean, that was fucking great. Daddy Magic, Matt Menard, and Cool Hand, Angelo Parker. That shit's fucking hilarious right there. But Gunther, I don't know what the fuck they were trying to go with there. I want to believe that this is not going to be a big deal, but something tells me that this guy ain't making it past 1 year on the main roster. I don't want to believe that, but there is money to be made with Gunther. LA Knight, same thing. LA Knight, he is fucking money waiting to be printed. LA Knight has everything that you want in a superstar. He's got the look, he's got the wrestling ability, he's got the promo ability, he's got the charisma, he's got everything that you want in a professional wrestler. And with what they have with these two guys, I don't see how these two guys should not be world champions on Raw and SmackDown. I really don't. LA Knight, let me tell you something, man. The guy's fucking over. Guy is over as all hell. And I'm telling you, LA Knight, he started off a little stunad, a little to me, but as time went on, I'm telling you, LA Knight, he really broke through that glass ceiling during that feud with Cameron Grimes. That shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I love that feud.
One of the best feuds of 2021. Excellent.
I love that feud.
Excellent material. Then you got Gunther or Walter, who is, I mean, I really don't need to say much about Gunther. He's a killing machine. He's an absolute killing machine. You could not pay me all the money in the world to take a chop from Gunther. I think if I take a chop from Gunther, my heart would stop. So let's be real here. Mm-hmm. Now, this match, I definitely believe this could be a sleeper match of the night. Really could be a sleeper match of the night. LA Knight, he's very, very underrated. I don't think he gets enough appreciation. A lot of people.
I agree.
Yeah, a lot of people just see him as a guy that's good on the stick. But in the ring, he's damn good. He's really, really good. He's got a good thing going on for himself. Gunther, I mean, the guy breaks out great matches week in and week out whenever he's in the ring. He puts on absolute wars. His matches with Dunn, Tyler Bate, Joe Coffey, Ilya Dragunov, Tommaso Ciampa last year at TakeOver Stand and Deliver.
That was a good one.
Yes.
Really great material. I love it. So I'm actually going to go with Gunther on this one. Now, I don't know what the future holds for Gunther. I know for a fact that LA Knight, he's got to be main roster bound. LA Knight has got to be main roster bound after Stand and Deliver. And if I'm booking this, I'm putting him on SmackDown in the IC title picture. Give me Ricochet versus LA Knight, SummerSlam, Intercontinental Championship with LA Knight winning.
Yes.
Simple. I can go on and on about how you book the champions going into SummerSlam. I got a lot of fucking creative juices flowing. Now, Gunther, I don't know what you do with Gunther. Is he going to stay in NXT? And is he going to fight and win the NXT title? I have no idea. Is he going to go up to the main roster with Imperium? If it was up to me, I would absolutely put him on the main roster with Imperium. You could really do some damage. You could build him up to win the Rumble next year and main event WrestleMania 39 against whoever the world champion is. So I would absolutely put Gunther on the main roster with Imperium, and I would have Gunther win the WWE Championship after winning the Royal Rumble next year. That's how I would do it. But I'm taking Gunther to get the win over here, considering that they are building him up. He hasn't taken a loss since that match with Ilya Dragunov, so you know that they're going to make sure Gunther is wildly protected, considering he just destroyed Duke Hudson. Actually drew blood from fucking chops. Holy shit. I mean, my chest feels a little woozy just watching that shit.
My heart just skipped a beat after you just talking about it. It went whoop, then bop, 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 bop.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Think about that. Imagine taking a chop from Walter.
You'll be dead.
Yeah, I know. Think about that. But I got Gunther in this one. Gunther easily. And I am going with LA Knight and both of these guys, LA Knight and Gunther, to get called up to the main roster, with LA Knight fighting Ricochet for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam, and Gunther being built up over the course of the next year to win the Rumble and the WWE title at next year's WrestleMania. I'm feeling this should be a very, 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 very underrated match. Could very well be the most underappreciated match of the entire weekend. In terms of WWE events, because we do have the Ring of Honor Supercard, which I'm very much looking forward to. That shit right there, it's going to be very interesting to see Tony Khan's first production of a Ring of Honor show. But I'm taking Gunther in this one to get the victory over Mr. LA Knight. Christina, what say you?
Okay, when it comes to, I refuse to say the name Gunther. I don't like that name. I'm just going to say it like it is. Walter. When it comes to Walter versus LA Knight, I have a feeling that match is going to be pretty good in a way, because when it comes to that match he had with Ilya Dragunov at last year, oh my God, that match was fire. And those chops, it makes me wince every time a person takes a chop. I'm like, ooh, you okay? Can you breathe? But anyway, when it comes, but like I said, those chops, they are freaking hard. You can literally hear it. And I don't know. I actually very glad Ilya Dragunov was able to survive that. But when it comes to LA Knight, he's got the total package, especially that rivalry he had with Cameron Grimes last year. I love that rivalry so much. From beginning to end, it was a fantastic rivalry. And he has built himself up way after that. And he's got everything. And he is main roster material, so I have a feeling he should get called up to the main roster soon, with a Raw, SmackDown. And I actually like the idea of him facing Ricochet. Oh, I'm down for that. Take my money. I'll take it. But like I said, when it comes to the match, who's going to win? I'm praying LA Knight survives those chops, because they're not pretty. They are not pretty. You can really hear it, and your ears will be ringing. You'll be like, are you okay? But like I said, for the winner of the match, I'm going to go with Walter. I'm not saying Gunther. I hate that name. I'm going to call him Walter as it is. I refuse to call him that name, as well as what they did to Pete Dunne. That's a conversation for another time. So I'm gonna go with Walter on this one. And LA Knight could get pushed up to the main roster probably after WrestleMania. And I would love to see that. If he gets called up to the main roster, I'm all for it. But I hope they utilize him really well with that, because you know what happens when NXT call-ups to the main roster end up. And I pray he doesn't get released or whatever. So for the match, I'm gonna go with Walter on this one. I hate saying Gunther. I don't want to say it. Walter.
Escobar?
All right, to make sure that Christina don't come from Pennsylvania and stab me with a Hershey bar, I'm going to go with Walter on this win as well. Bruh. All right. What's going to be...
What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?
What's going to be unique, honestly, about this match, all jokes aside, is this is definitely going to be a hard-hitting, strong style, kind of like a New Japan UWFI rules match. Now, me personally, I don't know about you two, I see a lot of Bam Bam Bigelow and Vader shoot catch style wrestling with Finn Walter. And I like watching that type of old stuff. Mm-hmm. LA Knight, like DJ says, he's very underrated. He definitely deserves a good treatment. Honestly, if LA Knight was to be on the main roster, I would have him either be an Intercontinental Champion or a Money in the Bank winner, if anything. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a match that's going to showcase a lot of strong style and grappling. So if you guys are fans of like chain wrestling over in the UK and everything like that, you will definitely not want to miss this. So I will go for a Walter victory on this. And shout out to Butch.
Oh, God, I hate that name.
Christina, I'm surprised you didn't notice.
No, there's this meme. Before we go to the NXT title, there's this meme I saw. It said then and now, and it had Walter, Gunther, Pete Dunne, Butch, and it says once Tommaso Ciampa gets called up, he's going to be called Larry.
Oh, hell no, please. Oh, God.
Did you see Sean Silver's tweet when Pete Dunne got renamed?
Yes, I did.
You know it's all about the Butch.
Yes, Butch. Oh, my God.
Fucking unreal, man. But looks like we are Walter or Gunther across the board here. Let's go to the main event, which is the NXT Championship. It is Dolph Ziggler versus Braun Breaker. Now, I really got a lot of shit to say about this. First off, why the fuck is Dolph Ziggler the NXT champion? Listen. I tweeted this out. This is the best Dolph Ziggler we've seen since his feud with The Miz ended back in 2016. Dolph has been putting on bangers in NXT. Ciampa, Breaker, LA Knight. He's been great. Don't get me wrong. But why the fuck is Dolph Ziggler the NXT champion when A, the goal here apparently to Vince and Bruce is to push the youth, and then on top of that, why did you fuck up Braun Breaker's momentum? Braun Breaker held the title for what, 9 fucking weeks, and you already took it off of him? For what reason? What fucking reason did you have to take that title off of Braun Breaker? It makes absolutely zero fucking sense. Now, if Braun, whatever happens here, it's a lose-lose situation. It is a lose-lose situation. First off, WWE is pretty much admitting failure with NXT. Because now you got to bring in Dolph Ziggler, you got to bring in Rey Mysterio, you got to bring in The Miz to fucking go to NXT. Because you can't draw with the talent that you have. You can't draw with the talent that you have, so you got to bring these main roster stars who you think is going to draw attention to NXT, but it ain't going to fucking work. Ain't going to fucking work. No way, no how. That's number one. Number two, like I said, lose-lose situation. If Braun Breaker wins, he's the NXT champion. Again, you would have fucked up his momentum, and Dolph Ziggler winning the title for a month, only to drop it right back to Braun Breaker, it would be meaningless. Then Dolph Ziggler goes right back to the main roster and does jack with Robert Roode. So Dolph Ziggler, if he loses, his championship reign will ultimately be for nothing. If Dolph Ziggler wins, now you got a problem on the other spectrum because Braun Breaker, reportedly, he's getting set for a main roster call-up. So if Braun Breaker is on the main roster, number one, who the fuck do you have to replace Braun Breaker as the top babyface in NXT? There's nobody. Tommaso Ciampa's going to go up. LA Knight's going to go up. Braun Breaker going up. Cameron Grimes, potentially, if he doesn't win, he could go up. All these guys are going up. All these guys are going up. Who do you have to replace Braun Breaker? Solo Sikoa? He's not ready. He's not. Who is there after Breaker?
Cora Jade.
Oh God, please.
Okay.
This Cora Jade nonsense.
Honestly, I think Cameron Grimes could be the next one. I'm being serious. All jokes aside, Cameron Grimes could be the next one.
It's a big possibility.
So let's just say, like again, if Dolph Ziggler wins, they have no one to replace Breaker. And here's something that nobody's talking about. I brought this up. No one's talking about this. Braun Breaker, as good as he may be, and he's getting better every week. I'm a Braun Breaker guy. He's not ready. He's not ready to the main roster. And I know that people are going to reference Kevin Owens getting called up to the main roster very, very quickly. Motherfucker, Braun Breaker ain't no Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens didn't even need NXT. He could have gone right up to the main roster and he would have been fine.
Just like AJ Styles.
Braun Breaker, yes. Braun Breaker is not ready. He's not. WWE, they are playing a very, very dangerous game with Braun Breaker. They are playing a very, very, very dangerous game of Russian roulette with Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker, if he gets called up to the main roster and he's not ready, and WWE uses Braun Breaker and pushes him to the moon just to mask their failures and the fact that they have created no new stars up until this point, WWE could very well be running the risk of turning Braun Breaker into 2015 Roman Reigns.
Oh, we definitely don't need that.
You do not.
We definitely do not need that
conversation as 2015 Roman Reigns. They fucking ruined Roman Reigns' career for 5 to 6 years before he became the tribal chief and turned heel. If you end up putting Braun Breaker on the main roster and putting him in that spot, you would have very well fucked up Braun Breaker's career as a babyface. Roman should never be babyface again. Roman Reigns is never going to do anything of relevance. He's not going to do anything of substance. He ain't going to do jack as a babyface. It would ultimately be a failure. If Braun Breaker is on the main roster, he will never be a main event babyface if WWE shoves him up to the top. If Braun Breaker ends up winning the Royal Rumble next year, I am telling you right now, it is going to be on the same wavelength as 2015 Royal Rumble with Roman Reigns winning it. WWE, they need to be very, very, very careful if they decide to put Braun Breaker up on the main roster. Very, very fucking careful. It's a lose-lose situation here. And to be quite honest with you, I don't even know which way to go. If I'm going to go with this, I'm actually going to go with the safe route. I'm going to put the title back on Breaker. And I'm keeping Breaker in NXT and building towards a match with Gunther or Tony D'Angelo, whichever one they decide to go with. I got Breaker in this one. Escobar, it's on you.
All right, well, let me drink from our today's sponsor, McDonald's, for DJ giving me PTSD from 2015 Royal Rumble. High C Orange is our drink of the day, and it's unofficial sponsorship. I don't know about y'all. I say Braun Steiner instead of Braun Breaker. I feel like that's more suitable and more respectful. I feel like this is a
Bronathan Breaker.
This is a damned if you do, damned if you don't match. Like DJ stated, Braun wins. Okay, no point in Ziggler winning the title. And if that's the case, if they were going to do that, then just fucking have Braun hold on to the title when he won it. That's logic. Mm-hmm. If you have Ziggler win, and you're trying to put Braun up to the main roster, you couldn't beat Dolph Ziggler, so it makes you think you're eligible to take on Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, and all the other ones. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you couldn't get a redemption match against a former cheerleader and a dude that hoed his way for over 10 years in the company, what's that going to say? I agree with DJ. I think Braun should win this and definitely just send Ziggler and Rude back up to SmackDown. Or Norman Mylett, they'll probably put him on Raw and they can probably be feud with Veer Mahan because Veer Mahan's finally coming, y'all.
About damn time. About damn time.
About damn time. He's coming on April 4th. He's going to do a lot of coming.
Yes, he is.
Finally.
He is. No, watch him do this. Watch him be like, on April 1st, he's going to be like, hey, you guys thought I was going to come on Raw? Psych, I'll be on the Raw next week after WrestleMania and freaking say April Fools.
Oh,
Fucking hell, dude. But we got Mr. Braun Breaker. Let me hear from Miss Christina Diva. What you got?
Well, my first thoughts when I found out that Dolph Ziggler won the NXT championship, I said, what the fuck is this? Are you kidding me? You really think that Dolph Ziggler win the championship is going to add more prestige to it? In fact, it's kind of like a slap in the face personally for me, because it was Braun Breaker, Tommaso Ciampa, and him for the NXT championship triple threat match. And when I saw that, I looked at my Twitter feed and said, excuse me? He won that shit? What the fuck is this? And then for them to have Braun Breaker versus Dolph Ziggler for the NXT Championship, it would have been much better if Braun was to still have the championship and face Dolph Ziggler at Stand and Deliver and have Braun retaining it. Personally, that would have been make much sense. But for Dolph winning, I find it to be very stupid and very weird on my part, because he should have never won that. Honestly, for me. But when it comes to Braun versus Dolph, I'm going to go with Braun Breaker on this one, because he needs to win this and send Dolph his way. Let Dolph go with Robert or Bobby Roode, the Raw or SmackDown, whatever, and have them get some type of relevancy here, because I think them bringing Dolph to NXT is trying to boost up the ratings, and it turns out it's not working, bro. I'm sorry. But like I said, Braun Breaker needs to stay in NXT for a little bit longer, because personally, I don't feel he's ready for the main roster. By the fact that he was on Raw not too long ago, he's not ready yet. So when he needs to stay in NXT a little bit longer, build his character more, be champion a little bit more, and then when the time is right, then you bring him to the main roster. But when it comes to this match, Braun Breaker needs to win this match. Stay in NXT, win the championship, send Dolph his way. So I'm going with Braun Breaker on this one.
The dangerous game of becoming 2015 Roman Reigns cannot be played, as we are Braun Breaker across the board.
Yes.
Please, no, not that again.
That wraps up the rundown for Stand and Deliver. And before we get into WrestleMania, I want to thank each and every single one of you for stopping by. We got Hula Grim in the chat. We got Danielle Wolf. We got Earl Cole, baby.
Yes.
We also got Lady Lisa MJF. She's awesome.
Yes.
If you guys have not been liking the stream and sharing it out, please make sure to like the stream, share it out on all platforms, social media. We got Christina Diva and Escobar Morales on the chat. It is vital we get some more eyes on this stream. And a little announcement before we continue on and we go to WrestleMania night number 1. I will not be live for the LFU nor the Rewind for Stand and Deliver or WrestleMania 38. I'm not going to be live next weekend because it is some asshole's birthday with a sideburn chin strap combo with jet black hair. I don't know. He's got like a YouTube channel. He's Italian. He's from Jersey. I don't know. Do you guys know anyone like that? I don't. Do you guys know?
I have some cousins, actually, believe it or not. They live out in Tom's River.
Anyway, I'm going to a nice Chinese restaurant where they cook in front of you. I'm gonna be living the high life for my birthday on April 2nd. So I'm not gonna be live. You guys can survive without me for 1 week. You guys can survive without me for 1 weekend. Just take a deep breath, breathe out. All right.
And plus, you can't film anyway because that'll be in the way of NXT Stand and Deliver. You got to review that.
Yeah, fuck out of here with that. Who's watching NXT? Let's be real here. Let's be real here, motherfucker. Anyway.
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Here we go. Here we go.
The most horrendous 2-night WrestleMania of all time. Most horrendous 2-night WrestleMania of all time. Let me ask you a question. Who the fuck uses stupendous in their everyday language?
Nobody. Not me.
Let me tell you something. I took a shit earlier today. That was more stupendous than WrestleMania.
This is what I say about stupendous. Like, I get people want to use their smart and big boy, big girl ACT words or whatnot, but this is what I say. If you don't apply the language to your conversational life, your job life, your sex life, or anything like that, it don't fucking matter. If it don't work in foreplay, boo, then get the fuck out.
Right?
Can you just imagine that?
I'm sorry. Continue.
Can you just imagine like Pat McAfee or like going up to his wife or his girl and be like this, yay, you ready for the most stupendous night of your life right here?
Oh my God.
I mean,
Talks like that.
I would never talk like that.
yeah,
Oh my
yes, Christina.
God.
How about this? Imagine this. We're just gonna play devil's advocate real quick. You're at the bar, one night, you're watching an event. You just see like some freaking dude be like this. So, you want to get stupendous tonight at WrestleMania?
I'm like, what? What the hell you saying? Get the hell out of here with that shit. No. I would never
Pat
use that.
McAfee's actually trying to make it work. He's got like this stupendous line for the promo for WrestleMania, but we all know it ain't fucking working. Oh, by the way, The Weeknd sucks. I don't know what the fuck that theme song is.
Okay, first of all, don't come for Abel like that. Sacrifice is good. However, here's my thing. You cannot do pop songs for WrestleMania. My Way by Limp Bizkit, perfect for WrestleMania 17.
Oh, I love that song.
Step Up by Drowning Pool, perfect for WrestleMania 20. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, WrestleMania 23 with Saliva. Mm-hmm. Good. Metallica's and everything like that for 28. Here's the thing. It's like I was mentioning to DJ before we went on the air. We were talking about stuff with marketing, how they do stuff for the titles and everything. That's all they're doing. Mm-hmm. I love The Weeknd, one of my favorite singers and stuff like that. But here's the thing. Sacrifice, the song is literally about him having a one-night stand with the chick, I believe, and saying that she's not supposed to catch feelings because we're sacrificing each other. What does that have to do with?
Wait, he's having a one-night stand, but it's a two-night WrestleMania. How does that make any sense?
How does
that's the point.
Do the math on that. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Okay, well, you do the math. That's a two-way, so that's 50% out of 100. So the Weeknd performing, I don't know.
I'm losing brain cells, dude. But well, it's not stupendous. It's horrendous.
Just remember, before you begin, the definition of stupendous, according to Microsoft Bing, extremely impressive. Are we going to be extremely impressed with this card?
No. You know what? You know what Vince thinks is impressive? I'll tell you what Vince thinks is impressive. Omos.
Oh my God! What does Omos do? What does Omos do? All he does, he walks around like a big giant. He doesn't even say much. He has no type of charisma at all.
Rumor has it.
He looks at the camera and screams, "Wow!" That's what he does.
He likes to see his man scream.
Rumor has it he's supposed to face Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania.
That's what we're gonna talk about, man.
That's gonna be a surprise because remember Bobby Lashley got hurt at the Elimination Chamber and he was supposed to be out for a good after WrestleMania.
Excited for that? I mean, I don't know about you. I ain't fucking excited for that.
Okay, but think about this though. If they don't get Bobby Lashley, you know damn well they're going to bring in Goldberg. Goldberg's in talks saying that he wants to be there.
I actually hope they do just to have the crowd shit on it. I hope they do. Just so we can have the crowd shit on it. But
it's bad enough we have to do.
If it's Bobby Lashley or Goldberg, either way, Omos is going to be winning it. But holy shit. No, we do not need Bobby Lashley. Stay at home, recover, do what you need to do. Goldberg, stay the fuck away. Omos, where's the pink? You know what I want to do? I want to have a WrestleMania match between Omos and a pink slip.
Oh my God, you already know who's gonna win that one.
That's what I want to do. I want to give Omos the pink slip, and the pink slip pins Omos 1, 2, 3, and we never have to see Omos again. Speaking of which, here's a rumor. Wrestling Observer Newsletter is reporting that there is a few within WWE that are in high places of management that want Gable Steveson to come in, slam Omos within 20 seconds to get his career going. I mean, you may as well not even showcase Omos on television after that.
Oh my God. I think I saw that. And there was also
I was reading that too.
Yeah, I'm actually glad you brought Gable Steveson up because there was an article that they said that they can't have two Gables. Like, if they're going to do a name change in the future, please, no more name changes. Chad Gable and Gable Steveson.
Did you just name him Chad?
Shush!
I can't they even added the shush. They even added the shush to his song. Exactly.
Everything uncool.
It was. I mean, that was stupid. That was freaking stupid.
A quick shout out.
Sorry.
Quick shout out in the chat, real quick. Lisa MJF just stated, "What about Veer Mahan versus Omos? Veer Mahan beats the shit out of Omos and future endeavors him."
I think Veer would be the most over guy on the show.
Yes.
By the way, Veer has a great beard.
Yo, his
He
beard
really does.
He has a fantastic beard. Oh my god, the picture he posted.
He used that Rick Ross beard oil.
No, that picture he posted when he was in the car. Yo, he looked freaking hot. Oh,
but I want y'all to think about this. Though.
Christina.
Think. Bible open, legs closed, girl. Anyway, as I was saying.
Aren't you married?
No. I'm not married.
I thought you were.
Oh god, you should have said that. Oh god, everybody gonna be Demon Christina now. Oh Lord.
I see you thirsting for beer.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Didn't Omos last year win the Raw Tag Team titles with AJ Styles at WrestleMania?
Yes.
So how does this dude? So how did this dude go from being a tag team champion to this?
I know, right? It's like the same thing that happened with Natalya and Tamina. They both were tag team champions, and look where they end up later on this year.
Look what they did to Drew McIntyre.
Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started.
We're going to be talking about him. We're going to be talking about him.
Get me started.
We're talking about Black Great Khali first.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Come on, it's true. It's true.
Go. Let's go. That's crazy.
All we need is fucking Malcolm Bivens to be the Ranjan Singh, and there you go.
No.
Yo,
by the way, quick comic relief. Did y'all see where Hulk Hogan put on Instagram that Jinder Mahal has the ability to be the next Hulk Hogan of the WWE?
I saw that. I was like, what?
I call him. You know what I call Jinder Mahal? I call him Jiggle My Balls. That's what I call him.
Oh my god.
No, thank you. I don't need Jinder near my balls. I'm good. Like, no, I mean like Jinder's like a one night stand, like he did at Backlash. All right, we talked about it long enough. Let's go to WrestleMania. Unfortunately,
yes, night one first. Let's do night one.
Either way. Omos, I hope he doesn't have a fucking. I don't even give a shit. Even if it buries me, I would put Omos in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on SmackDown just to keep him off for WrestleMania.
They should do that. They should do that.
But I'm going with Omos to either beat Lashley or Goldberg. I don't think Lashley's coming back. If he does, it would be the worst part about that would be you would possibly be aggravating Lashley's injury further. I understand he wants to come back, but it's not worth being out longer. He's supposedly only supposed to be out until June, right? June, July.
Right.
If he competes at WrestleMania, he could very well be out for the rest of the year. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
No.
But WrestleMania night, well, let's go on. Let's go based off of the confirmed matches. Let's start with everybody's favorite match. Everybody's favorite match, which is Charlotte Flair.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is Ronda Rousey.
Oh.
Championship. And I think everyone knows the code here, and everyone in the chat is going to throw up the code because we live by a code here, and the code is fuck Charlotte Flair. Fuck Charlotte Flair and all of her supporters because they are all a bunch of fucking inbred retards. We're going to go by the history of this match, and I'd rather not go by the history of this match. Ronda Rousey, she can't cut a fucking promo to save her life.
She can't sell. She can't wrestle.
She can't sell. She has no charisma. She sounds monotone.
Shout out to JD from New York for quoting Ronda Rousey. Shout out to him.
Yes.
He's a legend for that one right there. Charlotte Flair, we don't really need to go over Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair is a self-absorbed, manipulative, greedy cunt. She advocates for nobody. She has ruined the division. Her and Becky Lynch are among the worst in the division. Holy shit, they are both terrible. But Charlotte Flair's probably number one as far as trash for me. And you do believe that there are people that actually try and justify Charlotte Flair and say that she's not the self-absorbed bitch that she has pretty much shown everyone that she is. I mean, holy shit.
She's a working self-absorbed bitch. She goes dressed up so fancy like she's the queen of everything. Bitch, please.
It's because she is. The Queen City is Charlotte, North Carolina. And that's what Don't cancel me, y'all. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Cancel culture, but holy shit, you're on my shit list, bro.
No.
Make your prediction, motherfucker.
Oh shit! You're first.
I'm joking. So,
You're-
what I was saying, pretty much. Listen, the only thing I can hope for, which I don't believe is going to happen, but I can only hope that this is just just 1/10 of what this match was back at Survivor Series 2018, because it was actually good, but those were two different individuals back then. Back then, Ronda actually cared, and number two, Charlotte Flair, she was not as bad as she is right now. Now, I don't know what the future holds for this match. I hope to God it's not the fucking main event segment. I would actually have it open the show. Maybe the crowd would actually react better if this match opened the show. But I actually want them to fucking hijack the show. I want to see beach balls. I want to see the wave. I want to hear chants of AEW. I want to hear it all. I really do. I want to hear it all. So
control your narrative.
Yeah, exactly. Control your narrative. Yeah.
They control your narrative over this. They actually got some decent people over there. They got EC3. They got Flip Gordon. They got some decent people. Even Austin Aries. Austin Aries is great. They got some decent people. But I said that there is one way in order to salvage this.
All right.
What I mean is Ronda Rousey. We need to salvage Ronda Rousey. How do you do that? It revolves around Becky and Bianca, which we can talk about that as well. These two women's matches are very, very vital in terms of rejuvenating the women's division. There needs to be two women's titles, no more. Two women's titles, no more. One women's title. What we need is Ronda Rousey beating Charlotte, Becky dropping it to Bianca, and at WrestleMania, we see what they're doing with Roman and Lesnar. Title versus title, unification match, and we redeem Bianca for that burial last year at SummerSlam. Because let's be real here. Beating Becky here at WrestleMania ain't doing jack shit for Bianca Belair. Bianca has been ruined. She has not recovered. She's been buried since SummerSlam. You want to rectify that? Ronda beats Charlotte. Becky drops it to Bianca, and Bianca takes the win. They beat a few opponents going into SummerSlam. They get their own spotlight, and we get Bianca Belair beating Ronda Rousey and rejuvenating her entire career and becoming the undisputed women's champion. That's how you do it. Now, if you're going to ask me which match is going to be the best women's match of the night, I'm definitely going with Becky and Bianca, because just based off of work rate alone. But the feud has been built terribly. That feud has been one of the worst built feuds of the entire season, especially considering you got Becky coming off so fucking forced and disingenuous. And I think we just lost Escobar. What's going on?
I think he probably got internet connections. Dang it.
Don't worry. Well, we're going to try and get Escobar back. But
Okey-dokey.
There we go. I think I see him.
Okie dokie.
You good, brother?
Look, here's the thing. Over in North Carolina, I got a report from Charlotte's lawyer saying that due to you bad-mouthing her, it ended up messing up the North Carolina signal, so you got to watch out for that if you can.
Oh, please! Yeah, right.
We're good now, but we're good now.
Fucking silence, DJ motherfucking Storms.
Don't silence me either.
We're good. But yeah, I'm good, though. We're good now. We're back on track. Let's get back to it, man.
As I said, Becky over here coming off so forced, so disingenuous. A lot of people are actually quoting that she came off like fucking Schmeagol from Lord of the Rings. But by the way, so side note, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, the best one out of the Lord of the Rings. That scene with the elephants and the huge army on horses, that was a fucking great scene. That was one of the scenes of my childhood in movies. Excellent fucking movie. Now, as far as back to what I was saying with the women's matches, Bianca beats Becky, Ronda beats Charlotte. I don't even give a shit about the match, so I'm probably just gonna have my head in my phone the entire time. I know. And don't worry, trust me, people. I'm not looking at Tony Storm's OnlyFans. I don't spend my money on that shit. I got bills to pay, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'm going.
I got rent and everything I got to pay too. I know that feeling.
Yeah. I got a car bill. I got a credit card bill. I got a phone bill. I ain't spending my money on a bullshit only. I'm subscribed to no one's OnlyFans. Props to Tony Storm though. She's making bank. But Ronda Rousey, and Bianca Belair, they walk out of WrestleMania the champions. We go into SummerSlam, salvage Ronda Rousey's run, and rectify Bianca, with Bianca being the undisputed women's world champion. Hands down. Let me throw this one over to Christina first.
Okay, definitely you're gonna hear me. Don't cancel me, Escobar. But Charlotte needs to freaking go with her queen shit. I am over her. And second of all, like DJ Storm says, Ronda can't cut a promo to save her freaking life. I know a friend of mine whose 8-year-old daughter can cut a promo better than her, but that's a different conversation.
I've been cutting better promos than Ronda this entire stream.
I know you have. We all can cut better promos than her combined, but that I'll get to that.
Oh yes.
But when it comes to the build, that build was freaking terrible. I mean, oh my god! Especially this past Friday's SmackDown, it was freaking horrible. It was horrible to the point where I literally was just looking at my phone. I wasn't even freaking paying attention. As a matter of fact, I was on an all-time high for celebrating my birthday the day before. So,
dang.
Yeah, so anyway, so like I said, that was freaking terrible. The promo was horrendous. And going back to Becky and Bianca, did y'all see how Becky was walking slow with those high-ass heels? She can't even walk.
Her outfits are ass. Her outfits are... Did y'all see the freaking Morpheus glasses too on Raw?
Yeah, I can walk in heels better than her, and she can't even walk in those heels. She like she was struggling. But anyway, I digress. You're gonna keep
Becky out of walking heels now? Okay.
Yeah, I am, because she can't even fucking walk in them bitches. I could.
Move over, Brandy Rose. Christina moves in her own heels.
Oh yeah, you know that, and I can definitely walk and use them for my advantage. But anyway,
let's fucking go, Christina.
Oh my god, remind me not to fuck with Christina. Oh shit,
she'll fucking stab your ass.
But anyway,
I need the face, not the face.
Yes.
The
no. You're good. You're all good. But let me get back to Ronda and Charlotte. I kind of feel that match should have been, personally, it should have been Ronda versus Becky because of the history they had back in 2018, 2019. And this should have had Charlotte versus Sasha Banks. I should have seen that coming. That match should have been on the card. But, they wanted to throw Ronda down our throats and have her win the Royal Rumble match. That wasn't necessary at all. I should have called Sasha winning the match, but I digress. For when it comes to the match, oh God, I probably won't even pay attention. I'll just probably fall asleep or talk to my brother or talk to you guys better than watching that match.
All right, we got to make a group chat.
Yes.
I'm down.
But like I said, for me, who's going to come out the win? I'm praying. I'm not praying. Never rephrase that. I am literally hoping Charlotte loses the freaking title and have Ronda win. I don't want both of them to win, to be honest. But when it comes to the match, I have a feeling they're gonna give Ronda the belt. So Ronda's probably winning this match.
Now, while we're talking about that, let me hear your stance on Becky and Bianca too, because we were pretty much talking about those together, considering they should have a major effect on each other going into SummerSlam, like I said.
Oh, absolutely, yes. I mean, Bianca, when it comes to that whole thing with SummerSlam, oh my God, I can't even look at that. I don't even want to look at that match. That match was terrible. It made Bianca look so freaking weak to the point where her title reign was non-existent. And honestly, that's a slap in the face for Bianca Belair because she has bangers at the bangers at the bangers when she was the champion. And I feel that Bianca should definitely win this match and rectify that whole SummerSlam embarrassment because she was freaking embarrassed and humiliated. You saw how many times they put the camera on her. You saw the face. She was shocked, embarrassed, humiliated. How the hell are you going to go from being the champion for this number of months to losing the title in 26 seconds? Are you freaking kidding me? That's a huge slap in the face right there. I didn't like that one bit. I'm still pretty salty about that. I'm as salty as I can be. And when it comes to that, I feel that Bianca should definitely win this championship. And like DJ Storm says, have Bianca and Ronda go to SummerSlam and unify the titles and have Bianca win. I actually like that idea. So I want Bianca to win against Becky and Ronda versus Charlotte. So those are my predictions for those.
All right. So we are 2 out of 3. Let's see if Escobar has the same mentality. Escobar, what you got for us?
All right, so this is what I would like to see. First things first, can we give a quick shout out to how every time whenever Ronda Rousey cuts a promo, she'll always cut it like this, and she's like, da 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 da, and then freaking slams it no matter what. I swear, she is putting so many releases into the freaking microphone.
I love your microphone, though.
Amazon.
Oh, I love it.
because I'm training to be a professional wrestler, I'm learning how to utilize the mic and everything. So far, I like cutting a promo, holding it like this, so I can like talk like this and everything.
Yeah, you're doing it way better right now.
I gotta actually get me one of those microphones. You know what I'm actually collecting? A little side note right here. You ever heard of Slam Attacks Mayhem? They're like WWE trading cards from 2010.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It was a great series, dude. That was probably like the best series, so much so that they were actually selling them at supermarkets and Toys R Us.
Mm-hmm.
I am literally like less than 25 cards away from completing the entire series. I'm gonna make
that's awesome.
That's incredible. Yeah.
Have a freaking binder, dude. Get a freaking binder and laminate them and everything.
He has a binder,
nice.
so you got it. You got it.
I do.
That's awesome.
Keep on doing. Yeah, continue.
This is what I would do, honestly, and I feel like this would definitely solidify. In the end, I'm going to say Bianca's going to win this all, but this is what I want to do. So y'all need to bear with me real quick, but this is why I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Bianca will beat Becky Lynch. And can we... Oh, sorry to get cut off. Becky Lynch sucks at being a heel, and I'll tell you why. She literally cut a promo that said, I never lost a Raw Women's title. I had to give it up because I had to. You pretty much are now just saying, I had to give up my title because I chose to have sex with Seth Rollins, have a kid, and get married. She is pretty much saying on national television, due to her kid and Seth Rollins, she had to give up the title.
I'm actually going to pay Seth Rollins to knock Becky Lynch up again, so we do not have to see her on TV anymore.
So this is what I would do. I'll have Bianca Belair beat Becky Lynch. Then, hear me out on this because it's going to tie into SummerSlam. I'll have Charlotte beat Ronda for this reason. Get out of here, Escobar. No, listen, hear me out. Listen.
Go ahead. We'll listen. Go ahead.
Listen. I would have Bianca cut a promo backstage saying, you know what? I need to prove that I'm the EST of WWE. And she was like, you know what, Charlotte? Don't forget at WrestleMania 32, you tried to make history and everything like that, but I'm going to make history by having your title as well. She'll beat Charlotte on night 2. Night after Raw, Bayley comes back. You get Bayley versus Bianca at SummerSlam with Bayley losing, and you can officially say that within the span of a year, Bianca has beaten the 4 horsewomen.
Ooh.
You know who's coming back after WrestleMania to fight Bianca? You know who?
Who?
Lacey Evans.
You haven't seen her since she got knocked up.
Yeah.
Ric Flair still got that juice.
Oh my God, especially with that freaking airplane ride from hell.
I'll pay Ric Flair to do it again.
Oh my God.
Lacey Evans.
Hey, you know he's taking DM suggestions on Twitter for his podcast. So if you message him that, we'll see what happens. It may not make YouTube air, but we'll see.
I can make Ric Flair's podcast interesting. Trust me on that.
I will listen to that.
All right, so it looks like we got the same mentality for the Raw Women's title match, but for the SmackDown one, you actually have a different mentality. I'm not sure which way they're going to go, but I'm sticking with Ronda and Bianca with the title for title match at SummerSlam. Let's move on to probably a match that Christina has a lot to say about right here.
Oh boy!
Here we go.
Versus Happy Corbin.
No, he needs to go back to him, bro.
Or as we say, Crappy Corbin. I'm actually going to hand this over to Christina. Let me hear what you got to say first. What you got?
Oh, I'm gladly going to lay it down the line. Drew McIntyre, with that match, should have never happened at WrestleMania. I'm going to explain why. WrestleMania 36, he had a match with Brock Lesnar, won the title with no fans. Last year's WrestleMania, he had a match with Bobby Lashley, and he lost? No, he should have won the title last year in front of the fans because he never got that moment. And for him to have this match with Happy Corbin, I mean, Drew is the type of person that will take it like it is and run with it. And I have a feeling that after he leaves his broke ass and gets him broke at WrestleMania, he's going to go after Roman for the title. And I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
And I'm absolutely, yes. He needs to get that because he has said on the bump this past week that Roman Reigns is his kryptonite, that he has never beaten him. And he has said on the bump that after that match, he's very interested in Roman versus Brock, which we get to a little bit. Whoever wins, he's going after that. And he needs to go after Roman and get his moment in front of fans at SummerSlam.
I actually don't see Drew getting the title at SummerSlam. I see someone else. I'm predicting someone else should get the title. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But
Okay.
I have a much better plan. Drew, but I do believe Drew should absolutely be Roman's opponent going into WrestleMania Backlash and Hell in a Cell.
Okay, that could definitely be
So
happening. I mean,
some matches there.
Okay, yes. And for me, Drew's going to win this match because Happy Corbin claims he's undefeated ever since he won the jackpot and be Happy Corbin. Please, I have a feeling that Madcap Moss is going to betray Corbin and have Drew win because as you've seen these past several weeks, he's doing these bad jokes and Corbin's not happy about it. And then Corbin, being a pussy, has decided to run like a pussy and not go. And when Drew goes after him and has these 3-on-1, 4-on-1 attacks, have Jinder Mahal and Shanky do his dirty work. Bitch, please. Grow a set.
What is a Shanky? What is a Shanky?
That's not
a shanky is an object that solidifies nothing, like this match.
He got hit with the chair 34 times by Drew McIntyre. That's if you put it that way.
I would love to know who's coming up with these names. We got Shanky, we got Veer, we got Slapjack, we got
5-year-old.
We got T-Ball,
Butch.
We got Butch.
I hate that name so much.
I'm telling you, Tommaso Ciampa gonna get called Larry.
No,
Just be prepared.
It's just gonna be called Ciampa.
Oh God!
But instead of Ciampa, they'll say Ciampa, like he's a Pokemon.
God. Oh no, please no. But anyway,
it's not gonna be CIAMPA. It's gonna be
CHOMPA.
CHOOPMA.
Oh God! If I see that, I'm gonna freaking lose it. But
all right, so
I'm going with Drew McIntyre.
We got Drew in this one, I'm guessing.
Yes, absolutely, yes, and I hope he leaves his ass broke too.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take you up on this as well. I'm going with Drew, more specifically because Drew McIntyre, he's the only guy that has actually been winning matches consistently, and he's pretty much the only guy worthy of a world title match. With Drew McIntyre beating Happy Corbin, we end this, and we go into Roman versus Drew after WrestleMania, and we can get a couple matches out of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. This match, I guarantee you, the crowd's going to be dead. The crowd's going to be dead. And it's quite sad. Drew competed for the WWE title the last 2 years, and here he is fighting Happy Corbin. It sucks.
It sucks. I mean, I'm really still mad that he didn't win the title last year against Bobby Lashley because he won the year before with no fans at the height of the pandemic. He needs to get his moment in front of fans. It needs to happen sooner rather than later, and I'm waiting for that. And as for Corbin, go broke again, please. Go be broke. Go be bum ass Corbin like Pat McAfee says, and just die. Just go.
Not die. I heard die. I heard that.
I didn't even say that.
How has Corbin survived all of these release sprees? How?
He was holding it down by being a host at Chili's, and he was a waiter at Olive Garden, and they didn't give him good.
Price.
Look, he lives out in Kansas. They don't have that, I think. I don't know.
Here's a good one right here. There you go.
Drew wins 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
I like
2
that
minutes
one.
in and out.
Yes, Earl.
I like that. Give him the 3-2-1 Claymore, and that's it.
Well, I'll tell you this much.
Do you want to add anything, Escobar?
Oh, I'm telling you this right now. I won't be surprised if this is the show opener.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I wouldn't be surprised. If it's a show opener, I'm down for that.
This will be the show opener, and we are instantly good. This match, with entrances included, should be no longer than 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll give it take 5.
Okay. With entrances?
Well, with entrances,
it's a long ass ramp.
Yeah,
it's WrestleMania, which means long ass ramp.
A long ass ramp.
Yeah,
like a log fire.
And then we have to deal with Happy Corbin with his smiling, goofy ass face and Madcap with those stupid ass suspenders. Yo, I'm still mad that he tried to dress up as Drew. He was so fucking stupid.
I don't know why. I don't know why, but I mildly laughed.
I mean, it was funny. It was funny. It was pretty funny. Even my older brother was hysterically laughing.
I'm opening up a request on this show. When Drew McIntyre wins, Christina, I need you to put on Twitter, since you won, you need to marry me.
I cannot do that. He's I'll be happy that Drew wins, but I'll definitely put out a tweet saying
Drew actually has a wife. I don't know about that.
That don't mean shit. That don't mean shit.
She's pretty though. She's a pretty wife. But anyway, I will put out a tweet. Thank God he took care of Corbin. Now move on to bigger and better things.
You know who would be a perfect husband for Christina?
Who?
Butch.
Butch.
No, don't do that to me.
No, real talk. Think about it. No, look, he got WWE spending money, so he can take care of you instantly. He can buy you a mansion.
1940s paperboy.
That's right. That's right.
He looks like the British version of Madcap Moss.
Oh God! But he's like a intelligent. He's like a much more intelligent version of Madcap. But Madcap, he's a tremendous athlete. Don't get me wrong. He just needs to back away from Corbin.
Maybe Madcap's telling all the bad jokes from that bump he took at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably.
Props to him. He's a beast for finishing that match.
Yes.
Ultimate Chad. Sigma male.
And you know what made me really mad? There were a lot of people like really on Twitter blaming Drew for it. It's not his fault. That's on Madcap's fault. He's not supposed to tuck his head in because Drew did that move many times. And then you have these trolls on Twitter blaming him like, yo, get the fuck out of here. That's not Drew's fault. That was Madcap's fault. But thank God Madcap was okay and he finished the match and Drew made sure he was okay. So I give both of them guys props for that. But these trolls, they need to go fuck off.
But will Baron Corbin be stabbed with the sword?
I think that's too graphic for that. I love the sword. No,
move on.
Oh, fine.
Listen to this WrestleMania card. We're moving on from that. We're Drew McIntyre across the board here. Listen to this match.
Okay.
The Miz and Logan Paul.
I need a drink for this.
Versus and Ray versus Ray and Dominic Mysterio. So here's one thing. I am oddly curious to see how Logan Paul does. I'm actually curious to see what Logan Paul can do in the ring. Bad Bunny surprised the fuck out of us. Pat McAfee surprised the fuck out of us. I don't know. Shaq surprised us. Maybe we could very well see Logan Paul surprise. I mean, if that's the case, I hope he does. I actually hope Logan Paul surprises us. I don't want to shit on this WrestleMania. I want to be happy I'm watching a good show, but based on the card and the lack of effort towards the build, I mean, I don't know how anyone could be proud of this.
It's a glorified house show.
Yeah, it's a glorified house show. Minus 2 or 3 matches.
That Bunny surprised us very well last year. Yeah. Oh my
Bunny
God.
Destroyer. The Bunny Destroyer.
It was incredible. I give my props to Bad Bunny because he showed up and showed. He's been training for months since before that match happened. And let me tell you, he really surprised me. And I was truly impressed. I was very impressed.
I'm actually very interested in seeing what Logan Paul can do. I hope he surprises us. I really do. But this match really is the embodiment of how terrible WWE has gotten with what they've been doing with WrestleMania and with the product. So much so they need to bring in Logan Paul to try and desperately generate some interest in what they're doing. I really don't need to say too much about that, but look, I just give the Mysterios the win and just get it the fuck over with. Really, I want the Mysterios to win, but for some reason I have a feeling Logan Paul and The Miz are going to win. But this should result in Ray and Dominic Mysterio just ending it, getting it over with. Let's get either the Mysterios in a tag team title hunt, or let's get Ray in potentially the U.S. or the Intercontinental Championship title picture to help put over guys like Balor and Ricochet. It would be a hell of a lot better than seeing these two fight fucking Logan Paul and The Miz, who, by the way, The Miz, I've said it once, I'll say it again, he has surpassed his expiration date as a pro wrestler. He needs to fucking retire. There's no value. There is no value in The Miz. After his feud with Bryan Danielson in 2018, done. Over with. Absolutely done. Just give Ray and Dominic the win. I'm interested to see what Logan Paul can do, but like I said, the fact that Logan Paul is on the show and Finn Balor doesn't have a match on the show, and he's the U.S. champion, and then Ricochet doesn't have a match on the show, he's the IC champion. It's fucking pathetic. It really is fucking pathetic. But give it to Ray and Dominic Mysterio, and let that be the end of it. Let me throw it over to Escobar Morales.
All right. Here's the thing. The fact that Logan Paul is on this card. Like, I get it why they want to have the celebrities in, but to tell the truth, you could have easily had an IC title or a US title match. Like, this WrestleMania is supposed to be the show where it's the Clash of the Titans. It's the best of the best in the WWE wrestling to see who's going to get that title, beat their rival, do everything. Shane Douglas, ECW World Champion, once said, "Pro wrestling is about kicking ass and taking names." And I'm sorry, Logan Paul does not fit that list for me. I don't know about you two. I saw his boxing match against Mayweather. Thought it was mid. Luckily, I streamed it illegally. They don't know the website, though. It's not good. It doesn't do much. And you could have done something as simple, like, I would have booked it like this instead of having The Miz and Logan Paul involved. I would have ended the feud at Elimination Chamber and have on SmackDown have Rey and Dominic be like, you know what, we work good as a team, but we need to go our separate ways. Not that because we don't like each other, but we need to grow our own path. Have Dominic go over to Raw and go challenge for the US title, have Rey challenge for the IC title, and then boom. That way you can have diversity on your show. Because Raw and SmackDown both need it. Have the diversity. And I feel like that would have worked perfectly. But nope, we don't get that. And I want a 6619 to Logan Paul. And I'm going to just say this right now. Logan Paul is going to probably be oversell more than Rob Gronkowski sells in the NFL.
Pretty much. But I mean, let me tell you something. I will give Logan Paul a little bit of credit. I appreciate the fact that he actually respects the business and he's not he didn't say in his interviews that, it's all fake and bullshit. He actually said, like, that this shit's real. Like, when I took that stunner, it really fucking hurt from Kevin Owens last year. And I don't know how these people do it. And so I'll give him props. He definitely respects the business, but he shouldn't be on the show. It's nothing but a desperate attempt at mainstream attention by WWE, and it's only going to make the show worse. So let me hear from Christina next.
Honestly, I feel like this match should have never been on a WrestleMania card, honestly. Like Escobar said.
SmackDown only.
Yeah.
Put on SmackDown.
Yeah, put on SmackDown or even end an Elimination Chamber, like you said. That would have been much more better. And as for Logan Paul, that freaking skull crushing finale was so freaking bad. I'm not even kidding. It was
it was
bad.
Sloppy.
It was so bad to the point that I couldn't even watch that. That's like a freaking trying to probably train like a 5-year-old. Come on now, it was so bad. And honestly, I feel like Logan Paul shouldn't even be in the match, honestly. And they're doing desperate things to attract mainstream and star power, and it's not working. So to be honest, I'm not looking forward to this match, but I do want the Mysterios to do a 6619 on Logan Paul, and I also want Rey Mysterio to go after the Miz for the way he took off his mask last week, because I don't like that shit at all. That was messed up. I was so angry at that because they do that so many times, and that's kind of like disrespectful to the luchadors who wear masks.
It is. You get disqualified in Mexico for it.
I believe it, but like I said, I hope both Miz, Rey and Dominic do the 6619 on both Miz and Logan Paul and win. So I'm going with the Mysterios on this one and send Logan Paul his way. Stay away from the ring. Bye.
Well, that pretty much answers that. That pretty much answers that question.
Yes.
Escobar, you got anything to add?
Yes, I'm going to add this. Logan Paul should take the pin. Okay. In my opinion, Logan Paul should take the pin.
Yes,
moving on.
I agree. Yeah, please.
We got Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs versus the Usos. This is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
Oh, really? I thought it was just a tag team match. Oh, shit.
No, it's for the belts. It's for the belts.
Oh, God.
It's for the belts this time.
I love Nakamura. I love Rick Boogs. But, man, they have not done them justice. They have really not done them justice. They have really just half-assed this pairing. They haven't even given us a reason as to why they are even paired up. Nakamura's IC title reign was so fucking forgettable. Nothing about this pairing speaks to me as must-see anymore. And it sucks because we have a lot of great material with Nakamura and Rick Boogs that they haven't even tapped into. So much potential within them, and they've done nothing with them. And then you got the Usos, who are great in their own right, but there's no fucking tag team division. Truth be told, I'm not sure how Nakamura and Rick Boogs lose this. If they lose, then where do the Usos go? The only thing I can see the Usos doing afterwards is doing the same thing as what we had with what was it? Bianca Belair and Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam, because the brand split's going to have to end. The brand split's going to have to end at WrestleMania with the title for title match between Roman and Lesnar. Then you unify the women's titles at SummerSlam. You could unify the tag team titles at SummerSlam too. So if anything, the best route to go would probably be Nakamura and Boogs winning. Or maybe if you want to, you can keep titles on the Usos too. Keep titles on the Usos too. Or you can have Nakamura and Boogs win. And then give me one of those two teams versus whoever is the Raw Tag Team Champions at that time. Maybe we get that match before SummerSlam. Maybe instead of doing it at SummerSlam, you can give the women their own spotlight, and then you can give the tag team title match their own spotlight as well. Make that match a title versus title match, either at WrestleMania Backlash or Hell in a Cell. And then whoever wins, maybe it could be RK Bro. Maybe RK Bro versus either Nakamura and Boogs or the Usos. I would personally give the win to RK Bro there. Then RK Bro, the Undisputed Tag Team Champions. Then you can have them take it into SummerSlam and fight Imperium. Imperium's on the main roster, and Imperium becomes the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, and that can spark up the breakup with RK Bro. And RK Bro have a feud going into the fall of 2022. And we go from there. It's quite simple. I don't know how Nakamura and Boogs lose this. I really don't. I don't know whoever wins this, they're going to have to do a title versus title match against the Raw Tag Team Champions at some point. This brand split cannot go on any longer. The rosters are skin and bones. And if we have more budget cuts after WrestleMania, they're going to be nothing more than fucking bone dust, never mind bones. Right. Literally. The rosters need to be combined and have that become with one world title, two mid-card titles, one tag team title, one women's title. Have the 24/7 title and the women's tag team titles burned in a furnace ASAP. I don't know. I'm going to have to go with Nakamura and Boogs here. They have. There's no way they can lose, can they? I don't know. Escobar, you got something?
Here's the thing. I feel like this is only for story purposes. Nakamura and Boogs should get the SmackDown Tag Team titles. I feel like Nakamura's been done dirty ever since WrestleMania 34.
Thank you.
Because here's the thing. And here's the thing.
SummerSlam, he lost to fucking Jinder Mahal.
Oh, please. Don't think about that. Go ahead.
But here's the thing. I follow Nakamura ever since the year 2008 when he formed the Chaos faction of Strong Style and New Japan Pro Wrestling. I was there when his rise, when he was in a rivalry with Brock Lesnar, and I was also there for moments when he was the longest reigning IWGP Intercontinental Champion. And for people that say, oh, there's no difference between wrestling in Japan and wrestling in America, there is a absolutely huge difference. Shinsuke Nakamura in Japan, amazing, spectacular athlete. I get it, he don't want to go back, he enjoys surfing and everything, but Nakamura needs to have this moment. I'm more concerned for Nakamura than I am Rick Boogs, if I'm honest with you. And you could do something as simple as this. You could have Nakamura and Boogs beat the Usos in a backstage segment. Roman could be like, you disappointed our family. And he's like, and which could piss him off and give him more of an anger issue. He's like, I thought I had faith in you. Which could get him pissed off, have him ban the Usos from ringside, and he could take all of his anger out and just have Paul Heyman help him when he takes on Brock Lesnar.
We'll see what happens there, but I don't know where the Usos go. But either way, the Usos, listen, I love the Usos, but they're gonna have to take a back seat. They're pretty much getting up to that New Day territory to a point where they don't need to be the tag team champions. We need New Blood. We need Imperium. We need MSK. We need Alpha Academy. We need Nakamura and Boogs, even though they're not a real tag team. We need them. We need the Viking Raiders. We need New Blood. Have the Usos take upon a Chris Jericho role. Same thing as the New Day. Have them put over new tag teams. Yeah, I really don't see this ending any other way than Nakamura.
They're fine helping out Roman Reigns anyway. I mean,
right, exactly.
I mean, no matter what, they're gonna get that main event spot. So gold or no gold, in my opinion, I feel like the Usos are at the level you don't need a title to put them over either. Like, I mean, they have great matches. I mean, they're good high flyers, risk takers. There are so many different styles of wrestling. If anything, I know they would fuck it up, though. I would love to see them have Roman do something like, you know what? We're going to show everybody that we just not only run Raw and SmackDown, we run NXT. I would send the Usos down to NXT and have them have rivalries with Imperium, MSK, and everything.
The NXT tag team division needs help too. I would definitely do that. Send the Usos.
That definitely work.
And plus, you not only do you get that diversity and more wrestling on the USA Network for Tuesday nights, you can build up everything all in one because you're all within the realm of WWE. There you go.
But you see, that would be logical.
I know.
Does Bruce Richard have any logic other than the fact that he has logically about 300 pounds within his gut alone?
With the White Castles.
With White Castle sliders. But you got Nakamura and Boogs or the Usos?
Yep, Nakamura. Strong style all the way.
All right, let me hear from Miss Christina Diva over here.
I'm pulling for Nakamura and Boogs to win this one because the Usos have been the champions for a long while now, and they're claimed the longest reigning SmackDown Tag Team champions as of now. And honestly, I feel that if they lose the titles, it could spark another rivalry because remember the rivalry that Roman had with Jay before Jimmy came back when he was at the beginning of his Universal Championship title, and that rivalry was amazing. It was great
and emotional.
Yes, and emotional too. Like I literally wanted to cry. But anyway, when it comes to that, Nakamura should get his moment too because they did him dirty when he lost to AJ Styles. I was really rooting for Nakamura to win, and ever since then it went downhill. And I feel so bad for Nakamura, but I really want Nakamura to win. He needs to get his moment with Rick Boogs. And honestly, I'm going for Nakamura Boogs to win. And hopefully it will spark something better within the tag team division. So I'm gonna go with Nakamura and Boogs. I love Nakamura. I love him. He deserves his moment.
Case, I think it would very well be the first win at WrestleMania for Nakamura, which is
that is correct.
Yes.
And also sad.
Very sad.
Yeah, I really don't want that, but I really want Nakamura to win. He should have won. I'm gonna call him spade to spade. He should have won the WWE Championship against NJ Styles at WrestleMania that year.
Yes,
they dropped the ball on that.
Even if he didn't win, here's the thing. Even if he didn't win, the way how they did the heel turn was stupid, and I didn't like the time they gave. I didn't like the time they gave them. I feel like the time was disrespectful.
It could have been the main event, and they sabotaged the match.
Yeah,
they sabotaged the match for Roman and Lesnar.
Yeah,
and that match ended up sucking dick.
It really did. And that's the thing, like, that should have been the main event, too, because this is just my opinion. If it's called the WWE Championship, or if it's a main title, because the Universal title didn't really mean shit back then. To be honest, it didn't until Roman brought prestige with the whole head of the table again because of how bad the Universal title has been. That shouldn't have been it. But I digress.
Mm-hmm.
But good job. We got it to night one, y'all. Woo! We made it through night one.
Not yet. One last one.
Oh, hello.
KO show with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Dude, I don't give a shit. And you know,
may I go first on this statement, please?
You want to go first? Go.
Okay, here's the thing. Stone Cold Steve Austin is a legend. Stone Cold Steve Austin is that guy that you can just say his name and it could just make money. You could literally take a shit, put it in a WWE action figure box and put Stone Cold Steve Austin shit and people would buy it.
Yeah.
And here's the thing with that. Austin don't need to do this. And I'm going to tell you why he's doing it. Austin's only doing it because Vince is like, you know, pal, I let you do your little podcast on the Peacock.
Yeah.
And you know, you haven't done nothing much for me since Raw 25 when I let you stunner me in New York.
Mm-hmm.
You need to come back. And here's the thing. I'm going to say it too. If Austin was to come back, the perfect time for him to come back was WrestleMania 28 against CM Punk. When they were promoting WWE 13, when he was in better shape and everything. Here's the thing. Austin don't need this. And if you're trying to build new stars and showcase WrestleMania, my personal opinion, WrestleMania does not need to close out with a fucking talk show.
No, it doesn't.
If anything, this should be a mid-segment match. Or if you want, don't fucking cock tease us and do the goddamn match. Don't say,
it shouldn't be on the show at all.
You know what? Yeah, it really shouldn't. Because here's the thing, Austin don't need it. You know what
He
you could have
doesn't.
done? You could have done something as simple as like, I would have been fine before we got to the Cody rumors, and we need to discuss that too.
Oh yeah.
That's right too.
Mm-hmm.
I would just be satisfied if we did something like Kevin Owens going for the U.S. title. Honestly, I've been pushing for a Kevin Owens versus Damian Priest feud. I feel like that would be great, unique chemistry, in my opinion. But the thing is, it would. But here's the issue, though, is like they're both baby faces, and you can't really have two baby faces going up against each other because that's just my opinion.
Right.
You can't have two baby faces.
As long as the wrestling's good, it's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As long as the wrestling's good.
You take a look. We had Dante Martin and Adam Page on Dynamite, and that was actually a very good match for the 7 minutes that it went.
It was very good. Yes, it was.
I see your point on that, DJ, but you have to think too. That's AEW where they utilize the style. The thing is with WWE is that there's no style to it. It's like I mentioned before.
The fucking style.
But here's the thing. It's like I mentioned Christina on Madden's Elite Show. WWE doesn't utilize the wrestling. That's what they need to do. And I'm sorry, but bringing back Steve Austin isn't going to do much. And that's not no disrespect to the man. He's an athlete. He's phenomenal. But to tell you the truth, Austin, if you want Austin to be that WrestleMania, just have him come out, drink a beer, and say, "If you're ready for WrestleMania, give me a hell yeah. We're live here in Dallas, and you know what? Enjoy the show."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would have just done that. And you know what? And I'm gonna just say this too. They're literally going to be in the same venue they were at for WrestleMania 32. If you wanted Austin to wrestle, you would have had him wrestle at 32. But you know what? You didn't want to do it because you wanted Roman to beat Triple H. So
wait. Did we forget the fact that we also had Sasha got robbed of her WrestleMania victory?
Yes, I'm pissed off about that.
That boring match with Shane McMahon and The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell.
Don't forget. No, you want to talk about pissed off? That no holds barred street fight.
Oh yeah. 13 minutes, nothing but chairs and kendo sticks.
That street fight should have lasted longer, man. Come on, street fights like that need to last longer.
That's just disappointing. But like I said, this is what's going to happen. Kevin Owens is going to talk shit about Texas. Austin's going to be like, you know what? This is pretty much like that's another reference, another SpongeBob episode where pretty much Kevin Owens is like Patrick. He's like, I'm Texas, I'm dumb, and then Stone Cold's going to be like Sandy, be like, what did you say about Texas? And then boom, they fight, and there you go.
This is ending one way and one way only, and this is why I hate this segment. This is nothing more than a segment to get Stone Cold on the show in a desperate attempt to sell tickets, which, by the way, they're not sold out.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
And then what's going to happen is Stone Cold comes in, stunner to Kevin Owens, and Owens looks like a bum. That's it. This is nothing more than a segment to get Stone Cold on the show in a desperate attempt for interest, and Owens is going to look like a complete fucking scrub. Man, I hope that $3 million contract's really worth it. Listen, I respect Kevin Owens for thinking about his family first, but holy shit, Kevin Owens is a fucking bum. He really is. And I hate to say that. He has been treated like absolute fucking dog shit. This is ending one way and one way only. Stone Cold Steve Austin gives a stunner to Kevin Owens, stands tall, and that's it. Owens is embarrassed. And I hate that. I fucking hate that. Does anyone else have anything to add? And then we would have wrapped up night one.
Other than the fact I am mentioning this now, as of right now at this time, they barely even have the very top nosebleed section filled. There's still 1, 2, 3. There's still 15 seats available, and that's including all the rows too.
That's amazing. For an event like that, it should have been sold out for months.
But think about it. This is the same venue that has the largest attendance rate of 101,378, I think.
Yeah,
it was 87,000, not 101.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, it's same what they did for WrestleMania 3.
Yeah.
With that 93,000 people. Ooh.
Yeah, the 93,173 to see what Hulk Hogan body slam Andre when people done it before.
I was literally born that day. I literally remember that. I was literally born that year. Excuse me, but like I said, like I said, when it comes to the Kevin Owens Stone Cold segment, I mean, the way that Kevin Owens trolled everybody on Monday.
Okay, that was funny in my opinion. I thought that was funny.
That was fun.
That was hilarious.
But I just don't
that
care.
was hilarious.
This was ending with Owens getting embarrassed. It was funny.
Exactly. That segment on Monday was hilarious. It was especially the time where the guy tried to throw the beer and Kevin couldn't catch it. Oh my God, it was so hilarious.
But how does Kevin Owens bounce back? How would Kevin Owens bounce back from this, though? That's the thing.
I don't know.
Here's what happens. Brand split ends. Put him in an IC title feud with Ricochet. He doesn't have to win because Ricochet should ultimately go into SummerSlam to face LA Knight. You want to rebound Kevin Owens? Give me Kevin Owens fighting Ricochet for the IC title at some point.
Yes.
Maybe have him fight Balor for the US title. He doesn't have to
yes.
Recreate their NXT feud, yes.
And then at SummerSlam, give me Kevin Owens versus Edge.
Oh, I would love to see that.
Edge.
I would love to see that. Kevin Owens versus Edge. Yes, take my money. I would love to see that.
Kevin Owens versus Edge. That's how you do it. That's how.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
That's pretty much night one, people. So we got night two to go over. You guys have been rocking and rolling. All chat. We have surpassed 2 hours and 15 minutes, and we still have a lot to talk about. This might be the longest stream that I've ever done. We have been kicking ass all fucking stream. I greatly appreciate it.
Let's fucking go.
Yes.
Thank you once again to everyone in the chat. DJ Sums, Alex, Mercado. And, of course, we got Didi and Lisa. Thank you to Christina and Escobar. We're going to jump right into night number 2, which actually looks like the better night.
Except for that Johnny Knoxville match.
Oh, my God.
Maybe Knoxville could surprise us, too. I mean, it's anything goes. So maybe it masks the failures of Knoxville and Sami Zayn. But either way, dude, that match shouldn't be on the card. It's an embarrassment. You want to start with that? Let's start with that.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. Anything goes match. Who wants to take this?
Go, Christina. Ladies first.
Oh, thank you. Okay. That whole Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn, I'm sorry. The whole thing is kind of hilarious in a way with them trolling each other, especially when Johnny Knoxville literally put up Sami Zayn's phone number up in the air. And you see Sami getting all those freaking texts and phone calls and voicemails. I find that to be funny. However, I feel like this match shouldn't have been on the card anyway. And the way that, remember the time when Sami Zayn was celebrating as Intercontinental Champion when he won it? And we were talking about at the time that if that was for the belts, I wouldn't be happy about it. But thank God it's not, because Ricochet won. So when it comes to the rivalry, the build-up, I mean, I'm not really too thrilled about it, but it had some points that were funny in a way. And you saw how Sami did the haluva kick to Knoxville not once, but twice. And the second time it looked painful as hell. And he took it like a champ. But when it comes to the match, I don't know who's going to win, but if Knoxville surprises us and he wins, I will be shocked because anything goes. And for me, I don't know if it'll lose. If Sami Zayn loses, it's gonna make his credibility look weak in a way. I mean, the match, it probably won't last till like maybe 20 minutes long, maybe 15 minutes the most. So when it comes to winning, I will be surprised if Johnny Knoxville wins because then it's gonna make Sami look weak. But I don't know. I don't know who's going to win this one. It could be either way.
Sami Zayn wins easily.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, this needs to be the end of the feud. Sami needs to win and put Sami in the IC title picture. Not IC title, but US title picture with Finn Balor as well. Because Balor needs some challengers. I don't see Damian Priest winning. I have a theory as to where Damian Priest is going to go with this new heel gimmick. But unfortunately, I don't see him lasting too long because I have a feeling that Vince and Bruce have pretty much given up on him. But I'm ending the brand split, and Sami goes off to Raw and does a U.S. title program with Finn Balor. And we get Sami and Finn Balor going into WrestleMania Backlash, and then afterwards we can get Balor versus Kevin Owens. That would be fine. Mm-hmm. That would be great.
Yes.
Now, listen, I want to believe and I want to hope that we might get a decent match, but again, I just don't give a shit. Like, this card, it's just a fucking embarrassment. Johnny Knoxville, he's getting a match over the 2 mid-card champions, and they're having him wrestle knowing very well that he had a brain hemorrhage last year.
And to put him in this type of caliber match, I mean, I'm worried about that.
It's going to be more comedy than anything.
Exactly. It's going to be comical. And that's
happen.
what, I don't know what it is when it comes to these celebrities. I mean, it's been touch and go over the years, but Bad Bunny for me last year was impressive. I'm sorry, I give my credit to Bad Bunny, but when it comes to Johnny Knoxville, I know it's gonna be comical. It's gonna be more comical than more wrestling, and I think that's what people do not want. But if Sammy does win, I won't be surprised. I will be surprised if Johnny wins, but I'm praying Sammy wins this one. Sammy should win this one because he's been trolled.
Going to the U.S. title picture with Balor. Give us some decent matches there.
Yep.
Escobar, you got a prediction too? I think we got 2 out of 3 with Sammy.
Yeah, Sami Zayn's going to win, but for some reason, I don't know why this happened in the back of my mind. I expect a firecracker to happen off during the match. Yeah. Something stupid.
Oh my God.
Like some firecracker's going to come out and he's going to freaking shoot somebody.
Oh no, please.
Yeah, someone's going to be close to going to the hospital at some point. I hope it's not Knoxville, actually. But
oh my God.
But I'm sorry, continue. No, I'm sorry, continue.
I didn't say anything.
I'm talking to Christina, actually.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. You remember what happened with the whole Rick Boogs situation where he got electrocuted with the guitar and stuff? And I have a feeling some shenanigans is going to happen with that match. I don't know what, but I hope nothing blows up. Seriously, I hope nothing blows up. Whether it be Sammy or Johnny, something's going to happen. I don't know what.
Probably. Let's move on to the women's tag team championship match. Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. Queen Zelina and Carmella versus Sasha Banks and Naomi versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler. Fatal 4-way tag team match for the women's tag team championship. I'm still trying to figure out why the women's tag team titles still exist. And at this rate, it's nothing more than a placeholder championship to have the women's wrestlers that should be getting the main title opportunities, like Rhea, like Liv, like Sasha, like Naomi, like those individuals, they are reduced to fighting over a worthless tag team title while we have Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey, and Becky Lynch constantly at the top. And it's quite fucking pathetic. These championships have no saving grace. I'm still waiting. For the day that these titles are done away with forever. It's been 3 years, and not once in those 3 years have these titles felt prestigious at all. At all. And it's fucking pathetic. It really is. It's quite fucking pathetic. I don't know who's going to win this. I want to say Sasha Banks and Naomi. They're going to have to at this rate, considering Sasha needs her first WrestleMania win, but I don't know. Something tells me that they're going to give Sasha the loss just so they can continue just shitting all over Sasha Banks and her WrestleMania run. I don't know why. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know why, but something tells me that they're going to do it. I don't want it to happen, but I mean, I don't know. This is WWE we're talking about. Even if it is at the expense of a worthless fucking title, just give Sasha and Naomi the titles. They're not going to make it prestigious anyway. Doesn't matter who the fuck wins. These titles ain't worth jack. No one's going to make them prestigious. They are nothing. They're absolutely nothing. I could take a look at this Roku remote. This Roku remote is more prestigious than the women's tag team titles.
But what streaming services are on the remote, though?
How many what?
What streaming services are on the remote?
We got Vudu, Amazon, Netflix. I got Peacock streaming behind me.
Oh, I see.
Already fucking prestigious enough. Let's go.
Yep. So there you go.
Already fucking prestigious enough. You got Amazon. You got a $1 million corporation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm going with Sasha Banks and Naomi here. They're gonna have to. But I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. I would not be surprised if they don't. But I'm going with Sasha Banks and Naomi. They're gonna win the women's tag team titles. And spoiler alert, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
How dare you say that? This is a match to showcase the women's tag team division, to indicate how powerful that they have become to go to this event.
You're pulling him to sleep.
Not that the host of the show is already asleep on the show. But that
It's
thing.
because
I'm sorry. What? Yeah. Women's tag team titles, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep. Holy shit, the women's tag team. What division?
What is a women's tag division? You need a women's
my
division
gosh.
before you need a tag team division.
right.
Yeah, I would much rather watch, and listen, I don't really give a shit. I'd much rather watch Carmella and Zelina Vega in a tag team with Corey Graves, if you know what I mean. That's a women's
my
tag team
God.
thing. Carmella should stick to making pornos with Corey. Zelina, go with your husband, Aleister Black. Sasha and Naomi, Rhea and Liv, they all deserve better. Natalia, I don't care. Be a backstage correspondent. And Shayna Baszler, she deserves a lot better, too.
You know what they could do in this match, honestly, looking at it? No, hear me out on this. You know what they could do if they wanted to? Get rid of the women's tag team title. Instead of making this a tag team match, you could either make this either a gauntlet match or make this an 8-woman ladder match. Winner gets the shot at WrestleMania Backlash to face for the title.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes more sense. That makes much more sense.
Yes.
That would have been much better.
Yes, I agree.
Your prediction, sir.
Okay, I would go for Sasha and Naomi. That's what I would like to see. But I don't know what. Something tells me they're going to give this to Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan.
Ooh.
They deserve better in their own right.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Rhea Ripley breaks up with Nikki Ash Cheeks, only to team with Liv Morgan. How does that make any sense?
I don't know. But I'm saying this right now. In the words of Vince, there's no chance in hell that Natalia and Shayna Baszler are going to win these titles. Like, if I'm not mistaken, if you two can help me, I'd appreciate it. When did these two females become a tag team?
About 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, not too long ago.
And here they are in the match.
They're not.
Okay, nice.
That long.
Nice.
WWE.
Nice. All right. Let's go. Okay, well, let's go. It's also stupid, too, because if I'm not mistaken, Zelina and Carmella are arguing, so they're going to do that stupid whole, how will they coexist, boys and girls?
Oh, God, I hear that word. If I hear that word one more time, I'm going to freaking delete that.
And they coexist.
Oh, God. I hate that freaking word now.
Splitting the differences.
They need to put aside their clashing egos to win at WrestleMania.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I would like Sasha and Naomi to win, but I feel like they're going to give it to Rhea and Liv Morgan, so that's going to be my pick: Liv Morgan or Rhea Ripley. Just remember, folks, Rhea Ripley won the Raw Women's title last year
against Asuka.
Yeah,
just remember that.
I remember that.
And it got reduced to this.
Where the fuck is Asuka?
Where the hell is she? Where the hell is she? Where the hell is she?
I actually have good news. She is actually right here next to me with my T-shirt right here. She is right here. She's right here.
Yeah, waiting for you. We're waiting for you.
DJ, she's right here, fam. It's okay. She right here. She right here.
The real Asuka.
I will be wearing this for WrestleMania to be like, where is she? Like, please come back the night after.
Yes, please.
Christina, I want to hear your take on this. Women's tag team titles are worthless. I'm pretty sure you can agree with me on that one.
They haven't been so prestigious since Bayley and Sasha won it inaugurally. They are the inaugural women's tag team champions. Bayley and Sasha, when they won it, I was happy, and I thought they were gonna make it more and more prestigious. But since time went on, it has literally went to down. And I'm tired of it. And for Queen Zelina and Carmella to win, this whole thing, it was just, it didn't make any sense. And honestly, it was supposed to be Sasha and Naomi versus them. And then they kept adding and adding on. They added Rhea and Liv, and they added Natalia and Shayna Baszler, which honestly, Shayna deserves better because she should have been in the women's title picture a long time ago. But I digress.
No, she's a tag team wrestler, Vince.
Oh, God, please. Okay. Now, when it comes to the match, I really, really want Sasha to freaking get a win because she hasn't won a WrestleMania at all. It's like the Undertaker streak, except with losses. I don't need that.
You know, they're going to go to 0-10.
No, please. I hope not.
30. She has about 10 to 15 years left in the business. She is going all the way to at least 10 losses in a row. I guarantee it.
I hope that doesn't go that route, but I really, really am praying that Naomi and Sasha win this match. However, I also kind of agree with Escobar there, because what if they put the belts on Rhea and Liv? Because they've been hyping them up too lately as well. So it could go either way. And with the whole Zelina and Carmella fighting, and then they make it out, I'm like, really? Really? You're really gonna go that route? I'm like,
you say that you say they're making out or making up? I mean, I'd much rather see them make out.
Oh my god! But anyway, I'm gonna go with Naomi.
If this was another type of match other than a fatal 4-way tag team match, I think this would be fairly interesting. But I'm sorry, I'm getting a little off topic there.
It's okay, you're good. But I'm gonna go with Naomi and Sasha to win the tag team titles, and hopefully Sasha gets her first win. It would have been nice if she would have been facing Charlotte for the belt this year and winning, but it is what it is. So
Ronda Rousey.
Just think, it would tell a good story though if Sasha does win, because it will be where she actually lost at WrestleMania 32. It's like I said, people don't really seem to consider long-term booking or freaking continuity no more. It's like that's gone.
Bruce Pritchard's WWE, like, well, what's long-term booking? No, you know what Bruce Pritchard likes? Long-term eating.
At the White Castle. At the White Castle.
At the White Castle, he's got to get those chicken McNuggets from McDonald's as well. You know,
trying to get them
about 10 Subway footlongs, right?
Oh my god, I love those
10 Subway footlongs. He gets one chicken bacon ranch. He gets one sweet onion. I'm making myself hungry right now.
You're making us hungry, bro.
I actually want to go there. I'm going to get some sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
It's dinner time now. Just letting you know, it's dinner time.
No, I know.
Yeah, true. I know.
When I go home, I'm telling you, I'm gonna get some good dinner. But we're moving on to next match, which I actually think could be the most underrated match of both nights of WrestleMania. Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. Pat McAfee, let me tell you something. Pat McAfee, he is great. Pat McAfee is fantastic at what he does. I would actually love to see him become a legitimate professional wrestler. If he becomes a real professional wrestler, I think he could really do some damage, and he could really make some noise in the IC title and US title division. He's got a lot of charisma. He's got a lot of upside. He's got a great look. The guy's a legit fucking athlete. He put on 2 excellent performances against Adam Cole at TakeOver 30 and in that War Games match. Really good stuff right there.
I love this match with Adam Cole. I really did.
Yeah,
I love it.
That was great. Oh my god, I love it.
I'm a big Austin Theory guy. Austin Theory, absolutely the future of the company. Austin Theory's got a lot of upside. He's got the look. He's got the promo. He's got the in-ring skill. He definitely has something there. He's not going to be there yet, but he's definitely in a position where he's going to be at the top sooner rather than later. Mm-hmm. This should be a start to Austin Theory's rise, and it should start with beating Pat McAfee. And Pat McAfee can continue doing his commentary gig. I feel that these two are going to gel very well together. It could be the sleeper match of the night. Give Austin Theory the win, and then build him up to fight Finn Balor for the U.S. title and win the U.S. title at SummerSlam. That is probably the best route to go to help Austin Theory get the ball rolling. He can have a nice, solid U.S. title reign. Ultimately, to drop it to a new up-and-coming babyface. I don't know who. Maybe Tommaso Ciampa. Maybe give me Tommaso Ciampa and Austin Theory.
You mean Larry?
Yeah,
no, don't do that, please. No, Larry, please. No, please. No.
That's the route that I would go. But it starts with the match here with Austin Theory and Pat McAfee. I see this being absolutely the sleeper match of the night.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. These two, they've actually had a better build than majority of the WrestleMania card.
Definitely than all the women's matches.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. They tried that one.
They've had a better build than Roman and Lesnar. It's the same shit every single week with Roman and Lesnar. It's the same shit every week. I'm just looking to get to WrestleMania, get the fucking match over with so we can just end the fucking brand split. I don't care about Roman and Lesnar. I don't. I really don't.
Everybody does.
Yes. This is one of the matches that I'm actually looking forward to. This match and then the next match we're going to talk about as well. But as far as Pat McAfee and Austin Theory goes, perfect time to get the ball rolling with Austin Theory. Give him the win, and let's get Austin Theory being built up to take that U.S. title off of Finn Balor at SummerSlam. I got Austin Theory to take the win here. Escobar, it's on you.
Austin Theory definitely needs to win this match. And this is no disrespect to Pat McAfee. I can honestly say Pat McAfee is what Goldberg could have been. A former football athlete turned professional wrestler with an excellent mindset in the business. And I feel like this is going to be a sleeper match. I personally believe this could open the show for night 2, but don't make this your bathroom break.
No.
Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn's the bathroom break. This is something you're going to do.
No. The women's
and Ronda's the bathroom break.
That's night 1. This is night 2.
Oh, put the women's tag team titles as the bathroom break.
That's a snack break. There's a difference. There's a bathroom break and there's a snack break. Yeah, there's a bathroom break and there's a snack break. Snacks, you have to make sure because you have to double check to make sure you can finish the food in hand because you don't want to waste the food.
And don't forget the drinks.
You can't forget the drinks either. See, you can't do that. So, but Austin Theory, this is going to be a good watch. Like, don't sleep on this. This is going to be like the LA Knight versus the Walter type. Don't sleep on this. There's going to be something good coming up this match.
Yes, absolutely.
That's all I have to say.
So let me get Christina's take on this. We got Pat McAfee and Austin Theory. Where you headed to on this match?
Well, not for nothing, the build for this match has been really great, especially with Austin Theory literally poking the bear at Pat McAfee. And then when Pat jumped over the table and attacked him, I was laughing. I was so happy about that. But when it comes to the match itself, I don't know. I'm really leaning towards Pat McAfee. However, I have a feeling that Austin Theory could need a win for this one because it'll help build his character more as a more dangerous competitor. And with the whole selfie thing, I mean, I'm like, he taking selfies left and right like this. He's like this, doing it on the floor like this. And I say to myself, dude, get that shit off. That was Breeze Angle's thing. But like I said, when it comes to the match, it's gonna be a good match. I mean, I hope it's not a sleeper match, but it's gonna be like an underrated match. But Pat McAfee and Austin Theory could be a good match to see, and the build has been great. I'm not gonna lie, it's been really good, entertaining, and I'm really praying Pat McAfee wins, but I think they're gonna give the win to Austin Theory in this one. So I have a feeling Austin could win this one. So I'm going with him.
Yeah,
such a great absolutely moment and stuff like that for this match.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely. So from there, let's go into the match that could very well steal the show here. Edge versus AJ Styles. This match, absolutely the best built match going into WrestleMania, hands down. Minus Seth Rollins' road to WrestleMania. And we'll talk about him because we got a lot to talk about with Seth Rollins. But as far as Edge and AJ Styles goes, the character that Edge is playing is excellent. I love the vibe that Edge is exuding. And this right here, this is how the feud's really going to pick up steam. This is how the feud is really going to, it's really going to make the match even more interesting than it already was. We were just interested in seeing it because of the work rate. But now that Edge is playing a different character, this could very well rejuvenate AJ Styles. Because AJ Styles has been fucking buried in the last year thanks to his tag team with Black Great Khali. So we don't really need to go.
Don't want to remember that.
Yeah. We don't really need to go over his tag team with Wah. So Styles, this could be a career rejuvenation for Styles right here. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing this match. If I am booking this, I see this as a 3-match series. While Drew is going to be busy with Roman, since Roman's going to be the undisputed champion, Drew can get 2 matches against Roman. Give me the match at WrestleMania Backlash and then a blow-off at Hell in a Cell. Roman will obviously retain. Styles, on the other hand, he's going to be busy with Edge. Give me Edge versus Styles. WrestleMania Backlash, and Hell in a Cell. So in that regard, we can see Edge get the win here. And that's what I'm going with. I'm going with Edge to get the win here. Styles gets the win at WrestleMania Backlash. And then we get the blow-off inside Hell in a Cell with AJ Styles finally vanquishing Edge. And then after Roman gets past Drew, give me Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles at Money in the Bank, which I believe is on July 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. So that right there, a nice solid three match series with 2 with Drew, 1 with Styles, with Roman Reigns getting through all of them going into SummerSlam. And I'm going to tell you how we do SummerSlam with Roman Reigns. And it could very well be a fucking game changer. And it all should start at WrestleMania with the wheels in motion. We'll talk about that in a minute. But as far as Edge and Styles goes, this has the potential to rival with what Edge did with Seth Rollins, as we lost Escobar yet again. Escobar, what are you doing, man?
That's the second time.
We're almost done.
I know, right?
We're almost done, man. Here, hang on a minute. Let me log into StreamYard over here.
Okie dokie.
Let me log into StreamYard. We're gonna see if we can get him back.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can get him back. Hang on. Let me invite a guest. Come on, motherfucker. We lost Escobar over here.
That's the second time, man.
Second time, man. I don't know what's going on over here.
Probably the internet. And it better not be the shit with Charlotte again, please.
No, God, I hope not.
Don't want that again.
Trying, man. We're trying. But as far as Edge and Styles goes, it could be a 3-match series. I'm going with Edge to take the win here. Styles gets it at WrestleMania Backlash, and then we get the blow-off at Hell in a Cell. He just texted me. He said his Wi-Fi's acting up. We're going to try and get him back, but
okay.
Let me slide it over to Christina. I got Edge with this one. What do you got?
Oh man, this has been a dream match in the making since Edge returned at the Royal Rumble 2020. Nobody saw that coming. And oh my God, the crowd blew up that night. I couldn't believe it. I myself at home was screaming, happy. And this match definitely needed to happen. And I'm glad we got the dream match with Edge and AJ Styles. However, I don't know. For me, I have a feeling that AJ could take the win. Then Edge can take it at WrestleMania Backlash and then have the trifecta at Hell in a Cell with AJ coming off the win. Like the whole Edge and Seth Rollins feud that happened. By the way, that was awesome. I'm not going to say it wasn't because it was. The Edge versus Seth Rollins feud was awesome. We need to donate to Escobar's internet bill.
Tell me about it, brother.
I know, right? But like I said, I have a feeling that AJ is going to pick up the win this one. However, this new character change with Edge, I freaking love it because it shows a more sinister side. And we all know the rated R superstar does really good as a heel. We've seen that back in the day. And I have a feeling that this match is going to be one awesome match. And I think AJ could pick up the win on this one and then have Edge go do it at WrestleMania Backlash and do the trifecta and have AJ win that one. So I'm going to go with AJ Styles in this one.
We got a little bit of conflicting right there. Hopefully we get Escobar back and hopefully he can give us his stance on that. He said his Wi-Fi is acting up. Hopefully that
I hope it settles.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually texting him right now. A little bit of technical difficulties right here, but you know what? We always make it work here on the DJ Storms channel.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
I'm still going with Edge. I feel as though with this new character, you can't give Edge a loss first.
True. That could be it. That could be it too. But you know how WWE is. They like to swerve. They like to change it up a bit. They literally change it up the night of the Royal Rumble when they changed the script 20 different times. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Imagine what they do at WrestleMania. You know how this shit goes. I don't want no changes happening literally on the night it happens. Come on now. We don't need that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little shaky. But while Escobar is updating his internet, we're gonna move on to the next match we got going on here. We got RK Bro versus the Street Profits versus the Alpha Academy. It's a triple threat match for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Listen, the match itself could be fine. Well, the match itself is going to be fine in terms of work rate, but I mean, how many fucking times have we seen this? It's lazy. It's fucking lazy just to throw in these teams in a fucking triple threat tag team match, a fatal four-way tag team match on the show. It's literally a match just to get everyone on the show and just to get a tag team title match on the show, just because They're lazy, and they don't want to book a legitimate, well-built tag team title feud. And it sucks.
It does suck.
It quite frankly sucks. Here's the thing that I'm trying to figure out. Why the fuck did you even take the titles off of RK Bro and put him back on the Alpha Academy if you were just going to put him right back on RK Bro?
Exactly. That doesn't make sense.
I don't fucking get that. If RK Bro were going to go into WrestleMania with the titles, Alpha Academy should not have won the fucking titles. Simple as that. You should have saved their victory for none other than WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't do that. I don't see RK Bro losing this match. I really don't. And I wouldn't have RK Bro lose this match. I would actually have RK Bro retain, then go into Hell in a Cell and fight either Nakamura and Boogs or the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, and then we can get the unification match, and then we move on to Imperium versus RK Bro at SummerSlam with Imperium winning. Then we can start the build. Yeah, then we can start the build towards the breakup. It's quite fucking sad. It really is quite fucking sad that we always get this lazy mentality with tag team title matches and fucking women's matches. Even the mid-card titles, they're not even on the fucking show.
It's a damn shame.
It really is. It's fucking ridiculous. I don't understand. I really don't understand why they take this approach. This approach legitimately devalues the championships. It devalues the titles. It devalues the superstars. And it devalues our reason to actually give a shit about the matches that are on the show. That's what they don't understand. They don't. They don't get the fucking point. It's very, 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 very difficult for me to care. Look, the match will be fine. The match will be fine, but I just don't care. I see RK Bro retaining here. There's really no other route to go. I don't really understand why the Street Profits need the win. I would actually send the Street Profits back down to NXT. I would send them back down to NXT, and I would rejuvenate the tag team division there. And then you have the Alpha Academy. What do you do with them? I have a feeling that they might get future endeavored, and it sucks. It sucks. I don't want him to get future endeavored, but I have a feeling that they might get future endeavored. And I really don't know what else to say. That's the way that things seem to be headed right now. At the end of the day, look, we'll get a fine match, but again, what reason is there to care? I got RK Bro on this. Christina, let me hear you.
I am definitely going with RK Bro on this one too, because I understand where you're coming from, and honestly, RK Bro should have never lost the titles to begin with. That was just like, it was just like out of the blue. Like, what the heck? They could have saved that. They could have at least saved that for WrestleMania. And what really got it threw me off a little bit is then when the Street Profits inserted themselves in, they kind of teased like a little heel turn in a way. I said, okay, it was kind of like it was kind of like out of the blue in a way. And I thought that we're going to have RK Bro versus the Street Profits at WrestleMania, but that's not the case. They actually included Alpha Academy with that as well. And don't get me wrong, that tag team match they had on Raw, RK Bro was Alpha Academy with that beautiful RKO that he did to Chad Gable. Ooh,
Owens and Rollins was in that too.
Yes, Owens and Rollins. Yeah, that was their last chance as well. And that match was incredible. I like that match. That was a very good match. But like I said, they should have never taken the belts off RK Bro in the beginning. They could at least extended it up into WrestleMania and maybe give Alpha Academy the win at the time. And they were actually going to do the split of RK Bro before WrestleMania, but those got scrapped. Those things got scrapped out. So they have them extend them as the tag team champions for now. But like I said, I feel like that match is going to be a good match. It's just like the build, it wasn't really all that great, to be honest. And I'm going to go with RK Bro for the win for this one.
For those of you that are wondering, we lost Escobar Morales. Hopefully we get him back before the show ends. I'd like to believe that we will, but as of right now, his internet was acting up. Hopefully we get him back sooner rather than later. Here's something that I really want to talk about. The last two matches on the show, reportedly, this is big. Seth Rollins. The build towards Seth Rollins getting a WrestleMania match, I'll tell you what, Rollins has actually had a pretty decent build. He's actually had a pretty decent build. He may be the most intriguing thing on Monday Night Raw right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think we all know where this is going. Rollins is going to come out at WrestleMania. He's going to demand a match. Ultimately, we will indeed see Cody Rhodes come out, and he will debut at WrestleMania to fight Rollins. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, and the main event, Roman versus Brock Lesnar, winner takes all. Match for the WWE and the Universal Championship. They have a major, major effect on each other. I said this on the LFU yesterday. WWE has a major opportunity at their fingertips. WWE could very well be on the verge of rejuvenating the interest in their company. They have no interest. Their company is completely dead in terms of interest. No one gives a shit, and everyone just watches out of habit or because they have podcasts and YouTube channels like I do. What it ultimately comes down to here, it's going to be a moment where Cody comes in, Cody and Rollins, they tear the house down, they have a great match, Cody gets the win. Cody then can get a few more wins under his belt. I would go with Cody versus Damian Priest as an undercard match, WrestleMania Backlash. Roman gets the win. He unifies the titles. He goes into a feud with Drew McIntyre and then a match with AJ. In order to make a historic moment and in order to generate some interest and swing the tide in WWE's favor, I don't want any company to go out of business. I just want good pro wrestling.
Yes.
SummerSlam main event must be Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. With Cody being the one, a founding father of AEW is the one to beat the modern day John Cena, the modern day Hulk Hogan, the guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
That right there could swing the tide in WWE's favor. And here's why. WWE has shied away from the one thing that could very well save their company, and that's professional wrestling. The sports entertainment farce, it's bullshit. It ain't getting the job done. Cody Rhodes is professional wrestling. The first domino is Cody. You start with Cody, and you sprinkle the effort little by little to everyone else surrounding Cody. The ratings will go up slowly but surely. The interest will go up slowly but surely. More people will feel important, and some other people could very well gravitate from the competition to WWE. And from that moment on, we could very well have WWE rejuvenate their company from the inside out. And it all starts with Cody. Cody beats Rollins. Roman beats Brock. Cody and Roman. Main event of SummerSlam with Cody winning the title, and the dominoes start to fall. That's how it should be done. If it's any other way, WWE would have dropped the ball. Plain and simple. Lisa, you got something to add?
Yeah. I mean, I actually get what you're saying, and I actually get what you're talking about when they have Cody into the Roman mix. And honestly, I get what you're saying, but I also have a way of what if they, you know how things change, and things have changed in the top of a hat. They change right away. And honestly, I think that I get what you're saying, that Roman goes for Drew and everything, goes faces Drew. And honestly, it would be interesting to see how it plays out, because we have a long way to go from now until SummerSlam. Things can happen things can happen instantly. But what if this, hear me out. What if they do have Roman versus Cody and at SummerSlam? However, you know, Drew hasn't gotten this moment yet. And imagine having Roman versus Drew versus Cody for the WWE Championship as a triple threat match. Imagine that. That could spark interest too. And you got to think, we have a long way to go. Things can turn in a dime. We don't know what could happen. Anything and everything can happen. But like I said, I would love to see what happens from now from now until SummerSlam when it comes to Roman being the unified champion, Cody being in the mix, even Drew being in the mix as well. So we will see what happens. And I would love to see Cody get his moment, even Drew get his moment as well. I want to see that happen too. So who's going to be the one to dethrone Roman? That remains to be seen. It could be Cody or it could be Drew. I'm honestly pulling for Drew, honestly. But like I said, it could go down either way. And I'm looking forward to it. So whatever happens is going to happen sooner than later. And I really, really hope that from now until SummerSlam, the build is more consistent, gets us invested, and see, hey, who's going to be the one to dethrone Roman for the title? And I would love to see what happens. So we'll see.
Listen, I hear what you're saying with Drew McIntyre, but I'm telling you, they're going to have to do a one-on-one match with Cody and Roman. That's how you swing the tide. That right there is going to be the game-changing match. That right there is going to be what sets apart WWE now from WWE then. It's going to have to be. If they don't, they would have dropped the ball. Drew McIntyre doesn't need it. He's already a made man. If Drew McIntyre beats Roman, Roman's title reign would be a waste. Listen, I love Drew just as much as the next guy, but his title reign would ultimately be a waste.
And also, there's also something that really, really kind of interests me when we get to the next match, when it comes to Roman and Brock. It's also long-term storytelling, too, when it comes to them, too. It's been going on for, we're in 2022. It's been going on since 2015. 7 years with Roman versus Brock. And I pray that Roman wins because I don't want Brock to win. I mean, when it came to Brock Lesnar winning the WWE Championship at day one, that literally was like, what the hell are you thinking? That literally put Big E's title reign to shit. Yep. It really did. And I love Big E as the WWE champion. Honestly, I felt like his title reign could have been a little bit more longer. But when I saw that Brock Lesnar was gonna get added to that match, I knew in my heart he was gonna win. I didn't really want that. And then for them to lose it to Bobby Lashley and then to have him win it back again, that doesn't make any sense. Where the hell you get that shit from? I don't like that. I really don't be like a transitional champion like that. It doesn't make any sense. That's why people lose interest in that. And they're really building up Brock versus Roman so much to where they're literally jamming it down on throats.
Yep.
And I feel like, no, I'm not looking forward to that. I'll be looking forward to Roman winning, but I'm not looking forward to the match.
Yeah, I'm not even looking forward to the match either. I just want them to get it over with so Roman ends the brand split.
Yeah, and honestly, they're really going to end the brand split. And if they're going to really do that, make the title unified or create a new belt. Who the hell knows? I don't know. But when it comes to that, I really, really do hope that Roman wins because if he doesn't, I'll be pissed.
Oh, yeah, there's no way Lesnar's winning. No way. They can't. They really can't.
Because they're making it really big, you know that. They're making Brock Lesnar look like he's like Cowboy Brock. I like Cowboy Brock, don't get me wrong. I just like him. I like him without the title. But anyway, I really, they're making this match like really a big deal. And honestly, people are not invested. I'm not invested by it. I just want Roman to win. That's it.
Yeah, we're pretty much in the same boat there. Mm-hmm. Here's something for you. How big of a pop is Cody going to get when he returns?
Oh, it's gonna be a huge, massive pop. Are you kidding me? That everybody in the arena is gonna freaking go crazy. And I don't think there's gonna be any piping noise either. It's gonna go freaking insane. And then I think wrestling Twitter is gonna explode too. I'm just gonna flat out say it.
Oh no, pretty much. They explode every other day for some stupid reason or another.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes.
With all the cancel culture bullshit, I mean, I've been a victim of that day in and day out. Trust me on that. But let me tell you something. No matter how much they hate, at the end of the day, everybody loves DJ Storms. Trust me on that. Mm-hmm. Trust me on that. I actually just got the update from Escobar. Unfortunately, he's not able to come back on. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi is killing him. So, hang on. Let me just text him. No worries. We are all good. All right. Me and Christina are actually going to wrap this up. Let me go. But let me tell you something. Escobar, if you take a look back on this, we appreciate you. You've been great. Yes. And hopefully we'll have you back on the channel. And hopefully you actually have working Wi-Fi this time. But yes, absolutely. I greatly appreciate Escobar stopping by, even though he was cut short because of the Wi-Fi. I greatly appreciate you, Christina, stopping by.
Thank you.
Have wrapped up this video. Be sure to check out all the links in the description for Escobar's social media links. Thank you to everyone who stopped by. Thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, DJ Sums. Thank you, Alex Mercado. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. And once again, no stream next weekend. I'm going to be relaxing for my birthday weekend. You can survive without me, people. I greatly appreciate everyone stopping by. Thank you to Escobar. And thank you, of course, to Christina for stopping by. It was a pleasure to have you. Hopefully we get to do this again at some point. Let me get it one more time. Where can we find you on social media, Christina?
Absolutely. You can find me on social media on my Twitter. My username is Diva_Christina. And you can also find me on Instagram. My username is Christina Rivera 1987. You can also find me on Facebook too, under my real name, Christina Rivera, and on YouTube as well.
Give me a friend request so that way I can get you on there as well. And I can get you on the DJ Storms Posse page.
Oh, you got it. I'll definitely send you a friend request.
I'll be talking, you know what? I'll probably talk to, oh, by the way, Danielle said that you are beautiful, Christina.
Oh, tell her I said thank you.
You're very, very welcome. I'll be sure to text you later, Danielle.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be sure to text you later, Lisa, as well. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I'm DJ Storms. She's Christina. We had Escobar, but Wi-Fi got in the way. And this has been the rundown. And remember, who runs the IWC? Who but DJ motherfucking Storms? And I will catch you later.